Oi, oi. It's Friday. We have made it to the end of the week, which obviously means one thing. It's the legendary call-in show, and I am joined by a wonderful panel of people. And to my right, first off, is the Godfather, you may all know him as. And you will soon recently know him as, I think, Jez Arsenal or Jezza Talks Arsenal. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, cheers, man. As always, it's always good to be on a stream like this with Carl and Shane. Respect to you, gentlemen, and your great chat. It won't be Jez Talks Arsenal, the new channel name, because I think that's a lot of people like you. Your channel name.
I had mine for the A. Aaron Talks Arsenal. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had it.
It's the jury's still out on it. But I think I know what I'm going to call it, but I'm leaving it for now. Just another week, maybe. I've spoken to good old Connor, CMO. He's going to change all the bits and bobs, on the channel that I need done. So big up to him. And looking forward to the show, my friend.
No, buzzing, man. Always a pleasure to have you, Jez. Come on, man. You know that. And also, underneath you, we've got Shane. Big up, brother. Always a pleasure to have you on. Come on, man. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, mate, isn't he?
Nah, that's it. Big up to you, and thanks for having me on. And always a pleasure to be on with Jezza and Carl and yourself and the chat, of course, who are always wonderful. Busy day streaming, but we have to put the work in if we're going to stamp out these top gooners, isn't it? You know what I mean? We're on a mission here, but listen, glad to be on, glad to have a chat, and glad to get stuck into some football talk.
Yeah, man. And obviously slide into the left. You've got Carl at Gun Down. Big up, brother. How you feeling this Friday evening?
I'm all good, mate. I'm glad the weekend's here. The sooner we get to the end of the season, the better, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think no one's got any sort of energy or enthusiasm for the Newcastle game on Sunday. So, but apart from that, hope everyone's all well. And also got over 400 subs in the week as well. So slowly getting towards that 500 mark, which is grand.
Cool, man.
That is what we're saying. Well, listen, come on, chat. We got all the content creators on the show. All four of us, we're producing some good stuff. And guess what? It's free of charge, so don't forget to show everyone some of that sweet, sweet, sweet love. But listen, man, I want to start off with one thing before we get into it, and it will segue nicely into something else. We've got the return of this man, and I am wincing my eyes about it. He's back. Fuck's sake, he's back. He's coming back.
Strange timing, lad, isn't it? Strange timing.
Mikel says Kai Havertz looks in great shape, and he will decide tomorrow if he can feature against Newcastle on Sunday. Just when we thought the end of the season could not get any more painful, we might have to endure one, maybe two more performances from Kai Havertz. He's probably rushing him back, which means he'll probably won't be fit for the start of next season, if that's any sort of bonus for anyone. I don't know. Does it mean that we don't get to see Marino up top? I don't know. The worst thing is maybe it means that we'll see Marino at left 8, which is, it's just double trouble, that, isn't it? I mean, come on. We've already got Odegaard making us play with 10 men. Now we've got 9 men. Now we've got Havertz, 8 men. Jez, man, I don't know, with all these injuries and things like that, but I'm so ready to end the season, man. And just news like this man, I can't be looking at this geezer for too much longer, Jez, man. He's nowhere near good enough. Why is he going to be rushed back? I don't know. Why is he even in contention to start? It says everything about how poor we are, squad-wise, that we need to bring him back. Mikel's his boy, innit? That's it. That's just as simple as that. And I wanted to say as well, Jez, what do you reckon on whether you reckon he will start on Sunday? But I also wanted to take it in another way, in that with all the transfers we got linked and all of that, do you reckon we will see Kai Havertz predominantly in the midfield next season? Because that's my biggest worry. I can get through the next 2 games, but I think we're going to be seeing him next season in that mid.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll start against Newcastle. I reckon he'll be on the bench. I think that may be a possibility. Which basically, let's be honest, it's a non shout. The only thing about that game is we can't afford to lose to Newcastle 4 times in one season.
Yeah,
That's the fact.
I was
That
gonna
is the
get that
fact.
up. Yeah,
You know, we can't have that. It's not allowed. Is he rushing him back, as you said? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a physiotherapist. I don't know what goes on in the back streams of Arsenal Football Club. But do we need him? Not really.
yeah.
Next year, yeah, of course he'll be there. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that. I'm pretty
That's the thing.
certain it's in his contract that he's got to play a certain amount of games. I mean, we did that with Willian. So he had it in his contract. He had to start a certain amount of games. Whoever done them deals, dear God, what are you doing? It's not down to the agent or the player to demand how many games you play. It's down to the manager to say whether you're good enough. Fact. At the end of the day, big up Lawrence.
My famous 2 minutes.
You know, at the end of the day, I don't want to see him on Sunday. He ain't going to be fully fit. He might be fit, but he ain't match fit.
Yeah.
And look, you know, we are fighting, if you want to put it that way, for second spot. Not that I care, because we're in Europe, but if we get any credibility, I'd rather we did finish second and not let Newcastle take us down and end up in third. Yeah, our goal difference is better, so it's going to be an ask. And then, of course, we got Southampton, which I think should be a dead rubber for Arsenal, because at the end of the day, they are shocking. They've been relegated again. But I'm not convinced about this player. Never have been convinced about. I did say, I'll be the first to admit it, I did say I think there's a player in there somewhere. And at one season, last season, he did look all right, but then dropped off the cliff. And
apologies.
He's not good enough for Arsenal. Sorry.
Do you know the best compliment and only compliment, you can call it that, I think I could ever say about Kai Havertz is he's not good enough for the Premier League. And when you said there is a player in there, maybe there is somewhere. I just don't think we will ever see him for any team in the English game. That's what I mean with Kai Havertz. I think he needs to. I think he might need to go back to maybe Germany or just in any other league. Like maybe not Spain. He's not technically fast or anything where enough for Spain. I don't think so. I reckon he's got to go to France or Germany. Maybe sort of Italy, them sort of leagues. No, not knocking the leagues, but you know where it's maybe a bit less ferocious in terms of the build up. Maybe you see the best out of him then. But the problem is Shane, is we're stuck with him because he's got a massive contract. He's got 3 years, 2 years I think left. Actually, no, 3 years left on that contract. A lot of money. And my big fears, like I sort of just touched on, and what I asked as well, is like him coming in next year, man, as that midfielder. That worries me for a couple of reasons. One, Havertz is playing, obviously. Two, it just means we're not going to be signing anyone in there. And look at the Marino thing. What's that for? There's are we just going to be overloaded with crap in the midfield, not being able to make any signings to improve the squad? But Mikel Arteta, don't learn, Shane. This is the problem, bruv. He's going to be there at that midfield, isn't he, next season, Kai Havertz? You've seen it against Aston Villa. He doesn't fucking learn. Either takes him too long to learn Mikel Arteta, or he doesn't learn. And I reckon Kai Havertz will be in the midfield, proving that he doesn't learn. What do you reckon, Shane, bro?
Yeah. The first thing on it is that with the way Arsenal websites and stuff post this stuff out, like it's on read, it's been out for a few months and he's coming back. You know, we were meant to get gassed that Havertz is coming back. You know, I wanted him out of the team in the first place. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. Like, if we're selling a bang average player coming back, like, oh, this is the missing piece, then we're in more trouble than we think. You know what I mean? Because he is bang average. Let's get it right. He is bang average. He'll have one good game and 6 absolute shockers. You know, and then they'll concentrate on the one good game. Oh, did you see this touch? Did you see? And again, it's all this GA, all this XG, whatever they want to call it. You know, it's like they don't watch him for 90 minutes, flopping around, giving the ball away, making terrible runs. And it's just, oh man, it's just infuriating to watch. But That's why Arteta wanted Sesko, because he wanted to keep him up front. He wanted to rotate them up front. That's the only reason he's pushing for Sesko over Gyökeres, because if he gets Gyökeres, like you said, then he goes, oh, shit, I have to play him in midfield now. And I know that doesn't work. But the thing is, if we get Gyökeres and he has to play Havertz in midfield, knowing it'll weaken the team, he still will. He'll still play him because he signed him for so much and because he just won't admit he was wrong. You know, Guardiola would have no qualms just getting rid of a player a year later if he didn't work out. He'd just go, yep, yeah, my bad, sorry, sell him. You know what I mean? But because Arteta puts everything on him being seen as a genius, he'll just insist on him. And as DJB says, like, it will be the hill he dies on. This Havertz thing will be, you know, just admit you were wrong. Admit you were wrong, drop him, try and sell him at a cut price. It's going to have to be, take the hit, move on, because he cost us so many games. Remember that FA Cup game against United when he clear header and he hit it off his shoulder and he was missing sitters, and it's just it gets harder and harder. Sometimes you just think that you can't get more annoyed with this club, and then there's things like this come along and you go, really, we're meant to be celebrating him coming back. You know what I mean? It's staggering. And in Arteta's head, he'll bring him on and he'll score the winner, and then he can just live off that for the whole summer. As I said, I would not be shocked if we go away to Southampton now and just roll over them, and Havertz will score the last goal, and then Top Gooners will go, look, we won 5-0, look what happened, the missing pieces back, and now this is what we just worried about. How did Arteta get us here? But like Jez says, we can't lose 4 to Newcastle. I just can't see us beating them tomorrow. I don't know how we're going to score, for one thing. So many players out, so they'll go in with ready-made excuses. I'm more looking forward to / dreading Arteta's speech at the end. I don't want to hear it, but it's like a car crash when you're going past it. You have to look, you know what I mean? And I don't want to hear it, but I want to hear the shit he spouts. I want to see him bring out all the injured players and line them up.
Sorry to cut you there. Will they have that on telly?
I'd imagine so. Will they? If it's on Sky, I think they would, wouldn't they? I'd imagine.
I don't know. I've been there, so I generally don't know.
I don't know. I'm just presuming. I'm presuming it would, because I made a fucking thumbnail today saying that I do a match reaction and then cover his speech. If they don't do it, they don't do it. But we'll hear about it anyway. You know what I mean? It will be covered. It will be covered. But it's just, I don't know. I really don't. I've just lost all enthusiasm over the last few days. People talk about Gyökeres. I'm like, yeah, so what if we sign him? We'll ruin him. You know what I mean? And that's just what's happened to the club now. That's just what's happened. But he'll be starting in midfield next season. If we get Gyökeres, he'll be starting in midfield next season. If we get Sesko, he'll be rotated up front. And he'll probably play more than Sesko. But look, it's all just, you know, I don't know what to think. If he comes back, he's definitely not fit. You can't come back from that injury that quick. They've rushed him now just to try and put a little polish on the end of the season, like they did with Saka. How did he just make it back just in time for the Madrid game?
Polished turd, mate. That's what it is, though.
I'm actually sitting here thinking, I can't ever remember. Somebody might know this, because I don't know. Arsenal ever losing to the same team 4 times in one season.
I can't imagine, Jez. I can't imagine it's happened before.
I can't think. Not in my lifetime.
The odds of it are very, very slim. The odds of it are very slim.
So that's something we don't want to break another record, do we?
Imagine we didn't score as well, Jez. 4 games without scoring against.
Oh my word!
That's no good, man. Yeah.
So Bournemouth got their record. Yeah, well, there you go.
Front, there's every chance, mate.
Oh,
there's every chance if that fucking geezer's up front. Let's just get that absolutely right. That's madness, isn't it, man? Come on, man. We can't be doing it. Before I move on to and just get Carl's 2 bob on it, just want to say hello to a few people in the chat. Got Lawrence in the building, Lucas in the building, Josh, your aces. Big up to you, brother. FC always. He is everywhere. Big up, mate. Gunner 81. Big up, brother. Gavin, Paul. Big up to you, bruv. We got a bit of Mike and Cooper. Macy, big up to you, Macy, mate. The link will be going out shortly, bruv. Matt, Dazzle smoked you in the chat, my brother. Dow, Oregon. Big up, Geezer. Vincenzo, my man, Jordan. My best mate, Lee Sharp, is in the building, obviously being double sarcastic as always. He's the best striker in the league, mate. What are you talking about? Yeah, don't worry. He hates him just like I do, everyone. Yeah, he's absolutely useless. And he's unfortunately had to be on the end of just a few text assaults with me during game while I'm texting someone going, this is a fucking joke. He's shit. Blah, blah, blah. Lee has unfortunately been on the receiving end of me having a little cry to him. But yeah, no, go on. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to vent it out. Now I've got YouTube to do it. But other than it, before I had it, it was Lee Sharp. So yeah, big up anyway. Big up to you, Lee. You know I love you, brother. Cole, man, come on. What's your two bob on this absolute donkey, man? Timely, innit?
I put a video on my channel when we actually first, when I first got back onto YouTube properly, and it was, we need to talk about this player. And I laid out a lot of different scenarios how he was, when he first started out as a footballer, when he was playing for Stuttgart, was it Stuttgart or was it, I'm not sure who he played for, German squad. He was actually performing at a pretty high level. He was actually playing very, very good. He had a very good
Havertz, Leverkusen,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. Also Leverkusen. Yeah, he was playing at a very good level. He had a solid foundation of goals and assists as well. They weren't great numbers, but there was something that they could build upon. So there was some talent in there from Havertz. Then he goes to Chelsea, and they just completely fuck him up.
Yeah.
Apart from the Champions League final, which he scored. And now he come to us, and I was like, 65 million for this guy? Really? We couldn't get Ivan Toney for less. We could have got Chris Wood for less. Could have got Dovbyk for less.
We got him out of jail, didn't we, Carl?
We could have got Pavlidis for less. Much less than what he's on right now. Jokeres's release clause was actually, in the ballpark. I just like the gains don't outweigh the freaking the cons in this one. I just think he's a good rotational piece, but 280 grand a week he is on. That is absolutely fucking ludicrous. Sorry for swearing. Can any of you guys name me, or anybody in the chat, who's sitting on 280 grand a week and is a bench player? Can anybody name that for me? Because if you're on 280 grand a week, you're starting most games.
What's Diaz on it? Not Diaz, sorry, Nunes on at Liverpool. I bet he's on a cup. Obviously, I know the point that I'm not trying to discredit the point you're making because it's right. I'm just trying to bloody think of some. Because that's the point you're trying to make. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Maybe Nunes. I mean, there won't be many more though, Carl. Yeah. No, you're right, man. I'm thinking now across the other teams. And I'm probably having a little struggle there, man.
He's on 140. He's on half of what Havertz is on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I just thought because they signed him for a big fee, maybe they put him on big wages, but
they do the Atletico thing and the Napoli thing where you get a small, a decent wage at the start, and then if you have a good season, proper way to do it, like any job.
Yeah,
like any job.
Absolute facts. Yeah. No, you're right, Carl. In the point that you make, he's just sat on the bench, isn't he, bruv? Just gobbling all that money. I know he's been injured, but the point is he won't be injured next season, and he's going to be replaced. So the point that you're making, obviously, it doesn't just extend for this season; it extends for the following seasons because he should be on the bench, unless he's played in that bastard midfield.
Which we know Havertz has played in midfield before, and he's utter useless in midfield. He's just not. He's not very good at controlling the ball. He's not very good at freaking passing through the lines. He isn't good. He is not good defensively. I mean, guys. We had freaking Zinchenko at left back, and then you put Havertz on left side of midfield. What kind of fucking defense are you lining up on that left-hand side? Everyone was going down our left-hand side with absolute ease. It was like a knife through pot butter. Yeah. It was awful. So,
and he had Partey at right back at the first few games as well while he was doing that.
Well, there we go.
He was putting Royce in the 6.
but that's just a dripping on a shit Sunday, Shane. Come on, it's part. This is Arteta we're talking about here. So. Yeah, he will stay up top, okay. But if Berta has got any sense, he'll be looking to try and fish this guy off. He'll be looking to try and say, even if he gets something, I don't know, 30, 35 million. I know it's way less than what we paid for him, but at some point, and Aston Villa just went 2-0 up against Spurs, by the way.
The team that they put out, Spurs, the type of team that we should have been putting out before PSG. Have you seen the lineup that they've gone out with? Basically, second string, like entirely. Like Get slate Ange all you like. He's rotated before a massive European game. Arteta, take note. We put our best players out. Oh, and guess what? Rice gets an injury. Oh, another hamstring injury. Because
you see, but they'll say, Aaron, that we still needed to qualify for Champions League, even though the odds of us slipping out were ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's what the top owners will say.
Oh, it's a nice strike, actually.
Do you know what? Just the very fact, yeah. And I want to get more into this later, but like, they're actually. Do you know what? Let me do it now because I want to swing this up there. I can make the point both now and in the next bit. And obviously, I won't stay on this for too long, everyone. I really won't. I'm just going to pick out the points that I wanted to most make, because as we all know, this is the penultimate pre-match presser. Thank fucking God. We will go through it slightly because again, there's just absolute crap after crap. What a prick. Let's just scroll down. Give me 2 seconds. And look, we start off with Kai Havertz, and this is the worrying thing. He's done certain parts of the season in the last 2 days, sessions in the last 2 days, and looks in great shape. Great. On how much credit Kai deserves for getting back quickly. It was unbelievable. His work rate and the work that he's done, it's unbelievable. Oh, lovely. A lot of credit to the medical staff that you don't listen to because, I mean, what we're doing here, we know how important Kai is for us. This shakes me to my very, very, very core, this here. We know how important Kai is for us. Was he important then when he was missing sitter after sitter against Newcastle? What about missing sitter after sitter against 10-man Manchester United? Is he that important? Was he? Oh, okay, yeah. That's worrying. This he's so important for Mikel that again we all know he's going in midfield if we get a striker, but he's looking in great shape. That's why I think he's improved a lot of the metrics that are very important for a striker. Well, that will be in midfielder next year. Don't worry about that. Worrying, man. And then we've got a couple of injury updates. They will skim over these little bits. Do you know what I mean? We all know that they're all been absolutely taking a piss out by Mikel Arteta. Listen to this. Look, this is double cringe here, boys. Look, and how deep. Come on, man. How deep the players have to dig this season. Have had to. Yeah, it's been a phenomenal effort. Come on, man. What we actually doing here, Jezza? Like you've watched Arsenal for almost the entirety of your life. Yeah, you've watched many different seasons pan out under different styles, this, that, rah. I think you are extremely well equipped to tell me or not if this has been a phenomenal effort from Arsenal Football Club this season.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Look, this guy talks in riddles, right? I'm talking about Arteta. He's a very shrewd person. He likes to deflect everything away from him, and it's quite clear in that press conference of what he was doing. It was, I'll praise up all the players, you know, the ones he talked about, to deflect from his failure. And at the end of the day, there's only one problem here, and that's the bloody manager. He's not good enough. And unfortunately, watching shows where you have these abject idiots that defend him, people will follow it along. Do you know, I actually was sitting there questioning, do these people actually really believe what they're saying, or are they just doing it because they're on YouTube and they want to get the likes and the subs and all that, and they don't really believe what they're saying? But there are, I believe now, having watched them recently, they do believe in this nonsense. They do believe. And I'm thinking, well, then you clearly know absolutely nothing about football. And you know the ones I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to name names. These people haven't got a Scooby-Doo about football. Some of them don't know anything factually about the club.
Mm-hmm.
They get cooked every single time. And they're just idiots that aren't Arsenal fans at all. They're Arteta fans. God knows why. I don't ever remember in my time fans going to bed and playing with themselves about Wenger. Right?
having a cheeky Thomas the Tank.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember it with George Graham. I mean, these fans, seriously, with this unbelievable positivity of failing managers, big up Promise, man.
Yeah,
would have been thrown out of Highbury double quick.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been thrown down that tube station at Arsenal onto the tracks and said, bye-bye. Wouldn't have happened. Really wouldn't have happened. And yet we have to listen to their bullshit. And this is the problem with social media. Social media is good in one fact, but it's also very bad in another. That there's a lot of people that get very highly influenced by these clowns that want to talk and make themselves out to be the big Arsenal fan. And they're not. Yet they get followers that follow along and believe in what they're saying. And that is the cancer. I've said it for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
They are the cancer in this club. And there's one very big channel, which is the main terminal cancer. And you know who that is.
Yeah.
And all the time these people are here, we're going to have this drama. I want to know, right, the day that Arteta goes, he will go one day. There will be a day when he gets binned or he walks out the door. What are they all going to do? What are they going to not support Arsenal anymore? I hope so. Get rid of you. Don't want you here.
Yeah.
Because
there'll be a candlelit vigil outside the Emirates, I reckon. There will if Arteta goes. That's what'll happen.
What, they're going to be singing Kumbaya?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, they'll be all up putting with the balloons where they put the candle in there and
the candle. Yeah.
I don't know what that is or what that whole process is called, but yeah, do you know what I mean? That's what'll happen, Jez.
I forgot.
Do you know what I mean?
Man.
Oh yes, he's got it out. Hold on 1 second, Jez.
Oh no!
Come on. So
there's 70
man. In the building, yeah. There's 70 in the building across all channels, yeah. If you've seen my Monday night show, this man on screen wearing this wonderful, wonderful cap, who was absolutely swinging home run after home run after home run. By the way, he is absolutely hilarious. The cap has came. The fishing merch is on the Godfather's nut. 35 quid well spent, Jez.
Yeah,
like a fucking geezer.
According to the wife, I look like a complete prick. And she said, when we were in France, you won't go anywhere with me if I'm wearing this. So I said, all right, well, I'm wearing it when I go fishing. And I'm going to be fishing nearly for 2.5 months. So I don't care. So it is what it is.
We might have to start calling you the merch father now, isn't it, Jez? No,
I broke the rule. I did break the rule.
You bought from the club.
I did.
Did you stick yourself in bleach afterwards in the tub, or was that just when you
cried in the shower? I can't believe I let myself down.
It is almost getting out the Stanley knives.
Okay, don't slit your wrists. It
was.
Oh,
I went against my philosophy. But I'm sorry. I just love the bruised banana on my shirt. I've had this for since 1991, and I love your background, Shane. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Somebody said to me the other day, "Oh, Jez, you're going to change this background to the bruised banana." I said, "No, I'm not, because that'd be copying somebody else." I'm not doing that. And yeah, I just love the hat, man. It's brilliant.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Jez? I've got one somewhere. I'll have to. It's a shame I didn't have it already because I knew you was going to put the hat on. Well, we do look like Kevin and Perry. We could just go and all I want to do is do it. Big girl, all I want to do is do it. Mate, oh, man. Well, that's it. We got to go to Ibiza, Jez. Fuck it. Don't go to France. We'll go to Ibiza, Jez, and we'll go and take some disco biscuits and we'll get some
Parry off Madrid as
and
well.
We'll go, yeah, sod off all of that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? We'll me and you, Jez, we'll go out and do some clubs for a couple of evenings. What do you reckon?
No.
No, and that's that.
And
moving on. Thanks, Jez.
That's not really my scene, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, already had that was saying Aaron and Jez go large.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. I fucking love it. I think it's brilliant.
Do you know what? To be fair as well, one, it is actually quite a nice hat. I genuinely do like it. But it also does look quite good on you. I'm not going to lie. It really
got a
does
hat face, Chris.
More than I thought it would.
Well,
I'm liking it.
I put the blame solely on you and DJB. Tuesday night. It was your fault. You know, it was late night. I fell in love with the hat and I said, right, I'm going to bloody buy it. I went off and bought it. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool, actually. And it's got the real badge. And it's got the real badge.
Yeah.
I actually have the Ireland 88 jersey coming soon. It's actually late. I ordered that. I treated myself to the Ireland 88 jersey. So
where'd you get yours off?
That is a retro shop online that does them. You sort of look what you get. I got really lucky on it because they had the Argentina 86 as well, which I got because I love that.
What's your favourite? Quickly, while we're in it, I want to go around this on the panel before I come back to that. While we're in it, we're a bit of light-hearted chat. Why not, eh? What's your best shirt you've got, Jez? Away, home or away or whatever, Arsenal shirt. What's the one you still own? What's the best one you've got? Are you wearing it, maybe?
I can't wear it anymore, but it is my 1971 yellow and blue FA Cup final shirt. I'm
one of my favourites.
I was 11 when I wore that at the FA Cup.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That won't fit me. This is a bit tight on me now, I won't lie, be truthful. And that is probably two reasons I love that shirt. I love that away kit. It was plain and simple.
Yeah.
Yellow, blue sleeves, blue hoop collar. And my granddad bought that for me. The day before we went to the FA Cup final at Wembley, so that's very, very precious to me. And I just love this. I love. Well, as soon as I saw this kit, right, it came out the week before my birthday, 1991, and I said to the missus, I said, look at that shirt. Right, we were walking past. We still lived up in near Highbury then. And I said, look at that shirt. That's brilliant. I love it. And she went and bought it for my birthday, for my 30th. And it's a little bit tight now. It's a little bit faded, but I just thought it was a brilliant shirt.
Yeah.
Personally, I love it.
Yeah. What about you, Shane? So I know you you quite like varied stuff, didn't you? But it doesn't have to be an Arsenal shirt, although if it is.
No. I got a few because I have the I know it's Carl's favorite, and I have the reason that I love that one is because it's the ones that I love the most are the ones that I bought originally. You know what I mean? So I have the JVC with the light blue lightning down the middle.
You do.
They only had that for 6 months or something like that. They only had that for, and I have that. And then what gets to me, I have the bruised banana, which is possibly my favorite Arsenal style shirt. But you know what? I did have I have the first one I ever got was the yellow and sort of dark blue from '89, you know, the Mickey Thomas one. I got that when I was about 8, and then when I was about 10, my mum got me the home one. You have it as well, Aaron, with the ABC stitched into the collar. Yeah. But they're all about that size, like, so they don't fit me right.
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
you know, I was always setting right. But then I did have one the season of Bruce Rioch. I got both home and away. I remember it was both. The full thing was my whole Christmas present because they were £55 or something at the time. You know what I mean? And this is in '95. Like, it was, they're just as expensive as they are now if you go in for, you know, what it would have cost at the time. So I remember getting the two of them, but I was running out of my Christmas money when I went in to get the home one. and I wanted to get Bergkamp 10 on the back, but you had to pay per letter, and the numbers were like a $5 each, and I didn't have enough, so I had to get Platt 7 on the back instead, right? Because he'd sign as well. But I had that one, the yellow and blue one, the small home one, the away one from that season, the blue and baby blue one. And when I moved out of my folks' gaff, I'd swear my mum threw them out. I've gone through the attic, everything. She says, no, they weren't here, and they're all in a bag somewhere. So a load of my old shirts are gone, man. So the ones that I own would be the Bruce Banana, and then outside of Arsenal, it's the '88 Holland jersey that I have. I fucking adore that jersey, man. Adore.
Yeah. Just quickly before I come to Carl, I just see my girl Madupe in the chat. If you're still in here, we're gonna run, and this is gonna be the last one of the year we're gonna do. But on the Monday nights, I'm sure I see you watch. We obviously do the merch bit right at the end. We are gonna do female version. Don't worry, it's all PG. It's gonna be nothing, nothing silly. But yeah, me and DJB have said that we've got you, Roxy, and then we're gonna look for one other one. We're gonna dress you up in some Arsenal merch. So make sure you're there Monday for that. And that'll be the last one. We're going to do the female edition for some of the world-class females that we've got watching. So stay tuned for that, Madupe, your superstar. But yeah, go on, Carl. What is your favourite Arsenal shirt that you've got?
So the one that will always be very, very dear to my heart is basically the one that Shane basically said, which was the 96 light blue, light lightning, dark lightning, sponsored by JVC at the time. It was my first ever shirt I got given, and I adore it to this day. It's up in my loft right now, and I'm hopeful if my little boy says he wants to be an Arsenal fan, I will pass it down to him. If not, that one. Yeah, that one. That's the one. I love it. I love it. I just adore it.
JVC's worn the bits on it, which I love. I love that.
I know. Listen, I've been knocking around on eBay trying to find that same shirt, but they're so flipping expensive. It's unreal. But I would love to have one in my own size, because mine was only for a 5-year-old, so it doesn't fit me. Definitely don't fit me. So but no, I couple of others as well. The Dreamcast. So basically what Adams and Vieira were wearing to the right of me. That shirt, I absolutely loved it when we were supposed to buy pretty much one of the worst games consoles to ever be devised. It really is.
Yeah. I have no contest.
It was shit.
That was shit. Son.
That was a lot. I loved that shirt. I adored it. But one of my favorite ones I never ever got was the 2001-2002 away shirt, gold, when we were sponsored by Sega.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Did you know? Did any of you know? I for some reason, either I forgot this or whatever, but I didn't know that they released an 02 version of that until about 6 months ago. Do you know that gold one, that Sega one? I didn't know they released an 02 one, and only wore it ever once. Oh, do you know what? I can think the game what it was. Only wore it the once. Oh, devastating. That's really going to annoy me that I've forgot that. I didn't know that they'd done that with that gold kit. That was a lovely kit. You're right, and it did look better with Sega on it than it did 02. To be fair. Yeah, it is worth saying. It did definitely look. What we got? Dowsan 03, 04, mate. Yeah, facts. My one is the Invincibles home shirt that you probably all seen me wear for numerous reasons, and I say this almost every single time, is because that shirt represents everything that we're not, and that is Invincibles for a start. It's also got the champions patches from the season before. And it's got Patrick Vieira on the back, the captain. And it just represents every single bit that we're not in the minute. We've got a fucking captain who couldn't be any further away. Do you know what I mean? It's madness. But yeah, no, that's quite nice little light art. But yeah, Prome's gone for the 89 kit. Yeah, a few have gone for the older ones. Yeah, that Sega Bergkamp, 93 one. Yeah, that was a wicked shirt, man. I'm not going to lie. That was a really good one. A lot of the old JVC ones are pretty good, to be fair. I've always quite liked them. Like, they're just classic, isn't they? Because they're from a proper era, do you know what I mean? Like George Graham, these sort of eras, you remember them quite fondly. And obviously later on with Arsene Wenger's, do you know what I mean? The successful sides. Just quickly, Dow's jumped in with a super. Big up and says, Jez is mad for it. He's fucking mad for it, mate. Absolutely fucking mad for it. We've also got Unique. Big up. He's been a member on Jez's for 14 months, man. And the support that Unique does for all the channels and all that is always in the chats, man. Big up to you, Unique, man. And he's saying, panel, we are in an utter mess right now. Berta has a lot of work to do. and there will be a bullseye on his back from the Arteta lovers. Ridiculous. Oi, listen, man. Oi, 150% fact, yeah. And we know, one, Bert's going to be the first person blamed, not Mikel Arteta. And two, I'm telling you, I'm fairly sure I've said it first. I've been saying it for months. It's going to be Bert at phase 1. That's just to extend the silly little length of time that we don't win anything. Bert at phase 1, that's what they're going to say. I said it first. So anyone want to jump in on a little bit of this before I move on?
No.
Yeah, they're going to blame him. Like anything to deflect from Arteta, as we've seen throughout his time. They're going to use this Edu thing as well. If this Edu thing goes where when it goes public, they'll say, "Oh, well, that's why he didn't get such and such a player. That's why that's what they do." And Berta, yeah, he's fighting an uphill battle from the start. If he sacks him, they'll despise him. You know what I mean? If he signs, no matter who we sign, even if it is an Arteta player, we'll never really know. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to say, "Well, Arteta wanted him and Berta wanted him." Right. But no matter what player we sign, the ones that work, they'll say that was an Arteta signing, and the ones that don't, they say, "Oh, Berta forced that on him." So you know what they're like. You know, I always refer to what it's going to be like now is, if he does push him out and he goes the next, like Jezza said, and I am curious as to what they're going to do when Arteta's gone. What are these fans going to do? Because they put everything behind him. They put up from blind faith. Like, I've never seen the likes of it before. I've never seen even during the Wenger years, the end of the Wenger years when people were split. It's that thing of you could like, as I've admitted before, I was quite sort of top goonerish, if you want to put it that way, about Wenger. You know what I mean? Because I'm sort of a nostalgic. But I knew deep down that things had gone south. You know what I mean? I knew deep down that things had gone south, and I would admit it. But I still was like, okay, I just wanted to leave on his terms. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But I knew that I was wrong. I knew he had to go. But when he did go, I shed a tear, and it's the end of an era and stuff like that. But it's Arsenal that I support. You know what I mean? So you move on. But I don't know what they're going to do, because they put everything into this. And when Berta comes in and starts shifting things around, I think it's even giving them more ammunition now, because they can just blame anything that goes wrong on Berta and give credit to Arteta for everything that goes right. So he has a bullseye on his back. As Unique says, he's spot on. He's a bullseye on his back from the start. Yeah. But and these guys are just going to blame everything that goes wrong on him, every single thing, and Arteta will be right. It's another excuse.
The one thing I'll throw on Berta regarding this, Aaron, and this only just crept up in my when I was scrolling through X earlier on today. So obviously now we got Berta. Atletico Madrid's first piece of business is they're about to sign Alex Viana from Villarreal.
Oh, is it?
The baller that I fucking want.
Yeah.
So,
always hear Lee say about him and all, yeah.
Not quite pleased with that, but listen, I'll give Berta this summer to see what he does. If he cooks, keep him aboard. But there's something going on behind the club that we don't know about. They're hiding something. They're hiding the skeleton in the closet from us. And we won't find out until Edu speaks out. Yeah, no, facts, man. I just want to pull this up because I've been chatting to the doc quite a lot about a number of things offline on the old WhatsApp and that. And he's saying, big up the legends on the panel, big up to you, my friend. And in the chat, reporting in from the gym, big up, brother. 34 pounds lost in 3 months. My fucking boy, mate. My boy. Fair play to you, bruv. That's how you undergo a process for Arteta. Hold that. Boom.
Oh,
that.
Man. Good for you, man. Me and him have been speaking quite a lot about things, and I've been giving him some bits of advice and things like that. And you know what I mean? We've been having a little good chat, and I'm not saying that it's anywhere near mine. That's all him. That's all him.
Oh, look at you like Arteta trying to take credit for it.
I know, yeah. That's all me. That's all me.
Guys, I saw him in one training session, guys. I knew that he could lose 34 pounds, guys.
Well, see, there you go. Do you know what I mean? I sent him one voice note, 34. Just saying. Yeah. You're welcome, Doc. Yeah,
there you
You're
go.
Welcome. Yeah. The next 34 pounds won't be free. Yeah. No, big brother, honestly, man.
Fair play to you, Dr. Butts, man. That takes some doing.
Trust me, I've already found the merch I do pay it. Yeah. I've got it in mind. Don't worry, Miguel. And we've also got this as well from Gianni. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Thank you very much. It's double generous, man. And he's saying, let's be honest. Arteta isn't better than Mancini. Facts. Mancini won the Premier League on his third attempt, I believe. And he also won an FA Cup in his second season. The first season, he didn't win anything. Yep, you got Allegri in there. Sorry, won stuff for Chelsea. And Javi as well. All of whom are available, is he incidentally sort of saying. If you add the other managers, he's not a top 15 manager in the world. Facts. Big up panel. Arteta out. Top Gooners out. Oh, listen, I'm really glad you said Top Gooners out as well, man. That needs to be added into it. You're quite right.
Does, yeah.
You know what? Look, like I always say, man, about like the managers available, but more importantly with Mikel Arteta, yeah. And whoever wants to jump in after I have my say on this, because we can more than happy to. If he leaves Arsenal, when he leaves Arsenal, I hope he leaves Arsenal very soon. He ain't getting anywhere near the 15 million quid that he's on at the minute. Let's just get that absolutely right. I'd be surprised if he even gets 5 somewhere else. And that would be because he's going that way. He's going that way. This is the disappointing thing about the contract renewal. It was 2 months into the season, this season. Who was in for him? Well, it's not like, you know, he was like this well sought after manager. Real Madrid and Barcelona and PSG were banging on the door trying to get him. And we was like, fuck, man, this is one of the best managers in the world. We need to give him money and we need to give him money now. No one's doing that. Mikel Arteta, let's say he wants to stay in the Premier League. He ain't going to Manchester City. He ain't going to Liverpool. He ain't going to Manchester United, and he ain't going to Chelsea. He ain't going to PSG. I mean, maybe down the line, but that wouldn't be his next job, especially now considering Enrique signed a new deal because he wins stuff. Also consider the fact that in Bayern Munich, he's not going to go there. Okay, then that's fine. What about in Spain? Barcelona ain't having him. Real Madrid ain't having him. So where's he going then? He's going to go to a 4th tier team, isn't he? He's going to go to a team maybe at absolute best, fighting for a Champions League spot, maybe like a Leverkusen, or a, you know, I mean, who was not someone below Atletico. I don't really watch a lot of Spanish.
Villarreal or something like that.
Villarreal is perfect, exactly right. Yeah, do you know what I mean? A Monaco. He's not going to PSG, and it just infuriates me that again we've handcuffed the geezer, man. All these managers available. Would you take any of them? Anyone wants to come in? Mancini, Allegri, sorry, Xavi.
Allegri is who I wanted when Wenger got booted.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Xavi, I think was a bit. Xavi, I think is a bit too young. Mancini, I would give Mancini a go, but I'd only give him.
I'd take Mancini in a heartbeat.
I'd give him a 2-year deal. I give him a 2-year. Yeah. See how you get on. Because then your get out clause is a lot easier than what it is right now. This is why Tuchel's only been given 18 months as the England international job, because they're expecting him to go and win the World Cup, and if he doesn't, bye see you later. Which will be bye see you later because Spain's going to win it anyway. So what are we doing?
I'd certainly look at. I personally, Allegri all day long, proven manager. I know this is contentious. This is very contentious. You know, another proven winner with the right setup is Mourinho.
Yeah.
I know it's contentious, but he's been there, seen it, and done it. And he
does leave a bit of collateral damage, though, Jez, when he's gone. He quite often leaves a team in a worse shape than when he got there. When he goes, he quite often does leave them in. But we're in bad shape as it is. I'd take Mourinho tomorrow, though, Jez. I would take him on a 2-year deal, 100%.
Well, we're in a pretty shit state now, aren't we? Let's be honest.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to throw something out there quickly, okay? So we talk about Arteta being 15 million a year and so on, okay? And the fact he spent over 800 million. I may have given this reference already to Maurizio Pochettino when he was having his time at Spurs. He spent far, far, far less money than what he did, than what Arteta has done. But his wage structure, I've actually looked this online, is half of what Arteta is earning right now. He was on 8.5 million a year. 8.5 million a year. And when he got sacked, Tottenham had to pay out 12.5. They sacked him 18 months of his contract remaining. and he stayed there for 5+ years. They made 2 finals, but they didn't win anything.
Yeah. And his
That's the
record is
thing.
pretty much identical to Arteta's.
Throw this into you. I'll just throw this one in, right?
Go on, Jess.
When it was coming to the bad days, when I was walking out of the club 2016, so that's 9 years back now, right? And we were fighting in the stands about Wenger and all that. And I got in a few little situations with people. I had to say to people, be fucking careful what you wish for. Yeah, he'd slipped down the gauge a little bit. But where the fuck are we now?
Mm-hmm.
Back to where he was in 2017.
I mean, at least Wenger was still winning FA Cups. And we'd die to win an FA Cup now.
Yeah.
We don't even get past the 4th round with this clown. And yet everybody gives it the big, large, oh, but he won an FA Cup. Yeah, hello. Emery had already qualified Arsenal into the quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the record of that particular run in that FA Cup, right, we nearly got kicked out by Sheffield bloody United with their 2 offside goals. Right? Chelsea on the day of the final, where we beat Man City, and then we played Chelsea. Chelsea lost their best player on the day and got over the line. Oh, whippy-do. What have you done since Wenger, since Arteta? What have you done? You haven't done nothing. Oh, second. Brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah. We got into Europe, got into a semi-final and failed. These fans seem to accept failure. Oh, we don't want it. FA Cups, League Cups, they're not relevant. They're not fucking relevant. Well, I can remember, right, being in the North Bank at cup final games when getting through to the FA Cup final was a big thing. So why is it all of a sudden now it's not important? Why is it not important to the fans to win the FA Cup? The biggest domestic trophy in world football. People forget that. It's the biggest and oldest domestic trophy. And I've quoted this many times. An interview with Pele when he was interviewed about all the things he'd won. And he said, yes, but I never won an FA Cup. One of the greatest footballers ever. I was privileged to watch him play. Never saw him play live, but I watched him on TV. And his statement was, I never won an FA Cup. And yet all these plastic Arsenal fans that talk absolute bullshit don't consider the FA Cup worth playing for. And this manager was in an FA Cup winning squad. And he just throws it in the bin. So who's going to tell me that I'm wrong when I know I'm right? That this guy came in as a panic buy by Wenger. We all know that. He wasn't particularly good anyway. He was very good at Glasgow Rangers, but hey, come on. Standards of Scottish football to the Premier League, there's a big gap. There's a big difference. He was bang average at Everton. He came to Arsenal, bang average. He comes to Arsenal as our manager, right? And tries to make out he's the best thing since sliced bread. And he's an abject bloody failure.
Yeah, facts.
And I'll get it thrown down my throat all the time. I was rowing with people when they wanted Wenger out. And I said to them, careful for what you wish for.
Yep.
And I've been proven right since 2016. Because 2016 was the day this club died.
Yeah. And do you know what's funny, Jez? That a lot of people now that wanted Wenger out will say, "Oh, imagine if he had Saka, or if he had this and that, or if he had the money and stuff like that." I'm not saying he would have spent it. There was a lot of duds in what he did near the end, Mustafi's, and especially defensively, there was a lot of duds signed, and you know he did neglect the defense, but compared to where we are now, Jesus, we, like you say, imagine having 8 FA Cups in 5 years. We'd be walking around with our chest puffed out. And Arteta dismissing the FA Cup. I'm with you, Jezza. I adore the FA Cup and even the League Cup, man. I adore the League Cup as well. You know, because one of my favourite memories as an Arsenal fan as a kid was the 93 season winning the 2 cups. So when these newer fans come out and dismiss those 2 cups, it's like they're dismissing my memory. You know what I mean? How dare you tell me that something so precious to me isn't important? You know what I mean? These cups are massively important. Yes, the FA have a lot to do with taken away from it by taking the finals out of Wembley, or sorry, putting the semi-finals in Wembley. I think that was an absolute disgrace. It takes away from the allure of the final and stuff like that. But for Arteta to dismiss it, and he does dismiss it, let's get it right, he dismisses that cup. He absolutely dismisses it because he thinks, like the top gooners or the Arteta sexuals or the other side of the fence, whatever you want to call them, that it's beneath him. You know what I mean? This is beneath me. I've already done that. I don't need to do that anymore. I've got bigger fish to fry. But we were the ones at the start of the season saying, even if he wins a Carabao Cup, we'd give him another year. It was the other lot that were saying, no, it has to be a major. This major thing annoys me as well, man. It's American sports. When did we start calling them majors? You know what I mean? That gets my. We were the ones saying, give him more time. And we're the negative fans.
Shane,
and they're the. Sorry, Jez, go on.
Sorry to interrupt you, but this is a very important point. When Wenger was here, the League Cup, we all remember it. He would put the kids out there.
Yeah.
Right? Let's remember what happened when we lost to Birmingham City.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He had... I have to go with him on it to a point. He'd said the team... I mean, you remember Walcott was begging him to play him in that cup final. Begging him. And he said, I'm sticking with the team. Because that team, and he did it every year with the League Cup, he'd put the lads out and give them a run. And we did quite well. And we got that cup final against Birmingham City. All right,
we got the final against Chelsea a few years before as well, Jezza, when he played the kids in that one as well.
And the thing is, the point I'm going to say here, we can't do that anymore because we haven't got a big enough squad. You look at the players that are playing in that League Cup qualifying games. There's probably 2 senior players on the bench. And we had a team of young lads going out. Reading, remember the great Reading game?
Yeah.
That one went on forever. The penalty shootout went on for about a year. You know, I mean, but he stuck with them. But we haven't got that anymore. So how can people turn round and say we've improved? We've got a less squad now. I said on another show a few weeks ago, right? There was one point. Wenger had 35 players from in the first team and the second team and the reserve. We haven't got that now. Now, that can down to many reasons. That could be a debate for another day and another show. But the fact remains here right now. Have we improved under this manager? No. Haven't. We've regressed. Players have regressed. Martinelli has dropped off since Emery brought him in to start playing. Yeah, that guy was it? He scored 15 goals in 17 games or something. Somebody correct.
12 or 15. 12 and 15.
12 and 14. 12 and 14 or 12 and 15, yeah.
We don't see that anymore.
No.
All of it to me, all I see is these players are like racehorses being pulled back.
Yeah.
When you let them flow, when you let them run, when you let them play, like we have done in certain games, the great game, not last year before at West Ham, absolutely destroyed them because the players were playing free, football. They were playing as they can. This manager is such a narcissistic, arrogant prick that he holds people back. He doesn't let them play their natural ability. Then there's a problem here. And I've been proven bloody right. When I used to have scraps with people at North Bank, and I say to them, be careful what you wish for. I've been proven right.
Yeah, mate. Where we are, and I'll bring Lawrence on it. Big up to you, Lawrence, for jumping on, mate. It is actually a real worrying state there. How we've got Arsenal Football Club in, really, isn't it? And I agree with everything that Jez has said. Do you know what it reminds me of? I don't. They probably still do it, but do you remember back in the day, you'd do fast-paced training where they'd put the little parachute on your back, and then you'd sprint, and then they'd let it go just so you can improve the burst. That's what it's just like for Arsenal constantly. Almost like they're trying to run, that they've got that parachute on the back and they just can't quite get it off. He's holding them back. He really is. Every single player. I can't think of a single one really that is improved. I mean, people will naturally want to say Gabriel Magalhaes, and I can easily be criticised rather, and I'll put my hands up for that as well. You know what I mean? I don't mind taking the criticism for this, but that might just be natural progression. I genuinely believe that. Now, if someone wants to come at me and go, "Oh, you can't say that because you've got no proof," I totally get that. That's absolutely fine because it's not a statement of facts that I can make. I'm willing to debate it. But like the Sakas and the Gabriel Magalhaes, I just think they're just hitting their potential that they was naturally going to do anyway. I actually think with Bukayo Saka, and this is what I'd come back to them things, would actually be better under a different manager. I actually think Gabriel probably would. So when you look at it like that, yes, they have progressed. I just think that they would have progressed a little bit further under another manager. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Lawrence? Big up for coming on, brother.
Arteta's a failure. He's just a loser. No trophies at all. He can't coach 'cause he's a wanker. My heart just looms for him to go.
Well, there we go. Do you know what I mean? I'll be singing that in the I'll be singing that in North Bank on Sunday, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I fucked it up a little, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, you're all right. Just as long as you don't say the C word, we're all good.
Yeah,
well, I know you like having that slip. Yeah. Big up, mate. Go on, have your say.
I just wanted to answer your question. You asked a while ago about Arsenal wearing the gold shirts with O2 on them. It was against Sheffield United in the semi-final of the cup. Yeah.
When it was, yeah. I knew there was only once. I'm sure they played it, innit? Yeah. I didn't actually surprisingly know that, but yeah. Now, cheers for the wisdom as always, Lawrence.
Yeah.
And this manager, go on, man. I know you've always got something to say, man.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I just don't see where this progression is. You know, like Jez said, it's regression. I mean, we're not going to finish second this season because I firmly believe Manchester City and Newcastle are going to overtake us, and possibly Chelsea as well. I mean, when I hear fans, these top gooners, Arteta sexuals, and everyone else saying, "Oh, he knows what he's doing." He hasn't got a fucking clue what he's doing. And I said all along that this would happen when he got the job. And everyone laughed in my face about it and said I was talking nonsense, that, he used to play for us. He was shit when he played for us.
Yeah.
He was a panic buy. If you remember, Wenger, after we lost 8-2 to Man United, he panicked and he brought in Arteta, Mertesacker, and Andre Santos to strengthen the squad. And
10-11, 10-11 on final day of the. I'm putting that on because Liam's asked. 10-11. Man. He bought him.
Yeah, I mean, and as I said, the only thing I can remember when he played for us was he missed a penalty against Fulham that cost us 3 points. And he always ended up being injured. I mean, when he was always hanging on to Cazorla's coattails, you know, and I just don't remember one good memory about him when he played for us. And when he was made manager, I said all along that giving him this job as manager was like any of us getting a Ferrari, a brand new Ferrari, and one of our kids tapping us on the shoulder and say, "Can I take it out for a spin immediately?" And that's what
Who's never driven a car before.
It's been a joyride, basically. It's been a disaster from day one. You know, the way he's dragged this club through the mud to the days when we were shit under Terry Neal in the early 80s, and if Jez will testify that those were some bad days under Terry Neal in the 80s. And in fact, back then, when fans were real fans, we got Terry Neal out of the club because we protested outside the main stand after we got knocked out by Walsall in the League Cup and West Brom a few days later in the league. And we were yelling for Terry Neal's head outside the ground. And then 7 days later, we got stopped by West Ham at Upton Park. And the pressure got to the board that they caved in because, as you know, they do not sack Arsenal managers whatsoever. But the pressure got so intense that the board had no option but to relieve Terry Neal of his duties. You know, and this was 40 odd years ago. But nowadays, you know, the culture of this fan base has changed completely. You know, they accept mediocrity and failure for success. You know, how can someone keep a job for 5 years, get £15 million, get paid 15 million for doing it, and not doing the job? I mean, I wish someone would do that for me. I mean, I wish somebody would give me a job, pay me 15 million, and I'd sit on my arse all day. This man is a failure. He's got no previous management experience. It's down to him. It's down to the Cronkies as well for hiring him. And in fact, I don't know if you saw the stream I did with Views on Sport a couple of days ago. We had this kid who joined us, Football Locker Banter, he called himself. And I swear he must be related to Egal, because he said that the Cronkies are the best American owners in English football.
Where'd you go from there?
You know, I mean, and this is what's wrong with our fan base, because this dickhead also said, yeah, well, we've got to give Arteta another year, making it 6 years. But the next manager that comes in, he's only got 2 years to prove himself. This is the mentality of this fan base. We've got pricks like Egal and this football locker banter. You know, he claimed he was 36 years old, but he sounded more like he was 12. You know, they've got no knowledge about the club. They know nothing about the club. They use TikTok for their own self-serving needs. You know, they are the real cancer of this club, because they abuse TikTok, you know, just to wind people up. You know, I bet you if I put them in a room and I asked them to name me the last 8 managers of this club, they wouldn't be able to do that. They wouldn't be able to do that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of this bull. I'm just tired of this bullshit. You know.
Same, Lawrence.
You know, I mean, I'm 66 years. I'm going to be 66 next month. And I'm questioning whether I'm going to actually see Arsenal win another league title or even a Champions League before I pop my clogs.
I'm with you on that one, mate. I'm with you. I totally agree with you, man. I'm 31st of May, I'm 64. And I actually said to the missus, we're going away on holiday. And I said, do you know, I honestly don't know when I'm ever going to see Arsenal win another league title. And she went, don't say that. And she actually said, don't say that. I said, well, I'm not convinced I will. You know,
yes, I'm 44 and I think the same. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't see where it's going to come from. Like, it's been 21 years already. You know what I mean? Who's to say that won't happen again?
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what I want to add in on that as well? Is about this sort of process, right? Yeah. We've actually not got a bad team. We've got a few good players in there. This sort of the point I'm going to make is under the right management, whether it be one or two managers, this team will naturally have an expiry date, yeah. And by that I mean some players will get old and leave. Some players will want to go to other clubs and leave. This and that, rah. This could have been a period for Arsenal Football Club under the right management with the right ambition, where we had 3 or 4 league titles, where we had 1 or 2 FA Cups, maybe a league title, and we could very, very easily finish this period with nothing. You know, the players the defense we've got it's a good defense. It's essentially, apart from maybe the left back sort of thing, and Miles Lewis Skelly's not doing bad, but it should be, a title challenging / winning defense. I'm happy to say that because it's really good players in there. The midfield, we've got good midfielders in Thomas Partey and Rice. We've got one good attacker. That's what I mean. If you used to put 3 of the right football players in this squad, and you'd have had him in there already. Like, say we made the signings of Isak when he was 70 million and not 150. Say we had Bruno Guimaraes, and you sprinkled that with 1 or 2 sort of other players, maybe young players that you put a chance on, £5 million players that turned out all right as such. We could be looking at this era of football a totally different way. You know what I mean? A team span when you have to rebuild only does last 5, 6, 7 years max, doesn't it? Before it just naturally you've got to rebuild, move on. We could see out the whole entire process of this with fucking nothing. What a waste of time, ladies and gentlemen.
Like Tony Adams said, when you say you're rebuilding, you're basically admitting that you've been shit.
Yeah. But rebuilding in Lawrence, I remember rebuilding in a rebuild, rebuilding in a build that has seen us win nothing. That's even more of a failure, is it not? It's like, look at Arsene Wenger. He had to rebuild that 98 squad. Yeah, you know what I mean? And he slowly brought it over to the 2002 squad, and he added a few other little players for the 04 squad. Obviously, we moved to the Emirates and we rebuilt squads, and it won't quite happen. Alex Ferguson might be a better example. He probably rebuilt that Manchester United about fucking 5 times.
But he did it through
all the time. Oh,
no. I always say that Ferguson did it through 3 different, completely different football.
Exactly.
If you want to call it football generations, or if you want to call it football, I don't know. But he came in the drinking era. He won a league just at the tail end of that. He kicked it out of the club.
Yep.
Then he came into, the first influx of foreigners and the nice pitches and the Sky Sports era, and he rebuilt the team for that. And then in the the mid 2000s, he rebuilt it into that sort of social media superstar era, and he did it again. 3 completely different styles, different clubs. They almost look like when you went through it. But like you were saying, Aaron, I've said it many times. Well, I'm completely with you on this. If a new manager came into our club tomorrow with the players we have, suddenly the midfield would look stacked, because you go, okay, well, we have Ukraine's number 10. He can come in and sub in the 10 position. Wanyeri's one of the best young number 10s I've seen. There's another one. Okay, and then we have Lewis Skelly. He can play left 8. Oh, and Rice can play there as well. And then in the 6, we have Partey, and now we have Zubamendi, and we have Rice. But because Arteta has insisted that Skelly's a left back and a left back only, and he's insisted that Tierney can't play, suddenly then it just looks like you have less options in midfield, because he just refuses to play these players there. You know what I mean? if you want to use Skelly as a left back once or twice in a season because you're at home to a low block team who won't come out of the blocks, and you go, right, well, I'll just put another attacking midfielder in there and I'll put him at left back because he's going to spend most of the time in their half, then fine. But it's just because he is so narrow-minded. And when he makes up his mind that this guy's a left back and a left back only, and even with Zinchenko, he decided he was a left back, right? And now he's not playing him at all. So if he's not good enough to be left back, well, then try him in midfield. What game? The PSV game when he played well in midfield, and then the game against Brentford when we were playing really well, and as soon as he took him off and put Odegaard on, everything slowed down. If another manager came in, they go, okay, well, Martinelli can play through the middle, so now I have another striker. You know what I mean? Guarnieri's going to get more games. Now I have one of the most exciting number 10s. It's because of his stubbornness that we're stuck like this. So, yes, the squad is small, very small. But even with these Fabio Vieiras and Nelsons and stuff that have gone out on loan, they're not world beaters, but no team has 22 world beaters. Every team has, say, 15. If you're a top team, you have about 15 top players. And then other players that can just come in and do a job.
Youngsters
maybe
coming through.
Yeah, but even if it's a Nelson or a Fabio Vieira that's just coming on with half an hour left because you're 3-0 up, you know what I mean? He can, like Jez said, then he can play in the League Cup. So you're giving someone a rest. Even the FA Cup, if you're at home to Preston or something, play him then. Someone gets injured, he can come in for 4 or 5 games. He mightn't be exceptional, but he'd do a job. No, you're not my man. You're out. Yeah, but who are you going to replace him with? Doesn't matter. We don't need a replacement because I don't want him. Yeah. Okay, but he can still do a job. He can still come in and cover. And if he might hit form, you never know. He's playing really well for Porto at the moment, by the way. He's playing really, really well for them. So he might hit a vein of form. You don't know. Players have rebirths. You look at Guardiola, sometimes it looks like a player's John Stones. Remember, he wasn't playing him at all when he came in. He looked like an Arsenal were after him and stuff like that. And then he just had this rebirth the second season, and John Stones one of the best defenders around. So players can have second wins, but he just makes up his mind, and that's it. You are never, ever getting back in the team. I don't care. I'll freeze you out. And as well as that, when I'll finish on this, when he does freeze them out completely, every week that they're just not getting off the bench, their transfer value just drops. It drops rapidly because the other club's going, well, I know you don't want them. So when they come into negotiations, they go, Arsenal go, we want 35 million. They go, yeah, my bollocks, I'll give you 10. You don't even want them. All right, fine, go on, give us 10. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just quickly before you jump in there, Lawrence. Just quickly before you jump in there, just want to say big up to Suge in the building, watching all the way from Australia. Big up to you, brother. You Sam. Big up, gents. Hit the likes and subscribe, people. Big up to you, my friend, and thank you very much for the super chat.
Yeah.
I mean, it means a lot, man. Squeaky chair fund.
Yeah. The scary thing is that this squad in a few years are going to be the wrong side of 20. And if we still haven't won anything, do you think they're going to stay at the club?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The squad's got an expiry date, doesn't it?
You know, I mean, is Declan Rice going to stay at Arsenal if he's 27, 28 and he still hasn't won anything? I doubt it. I doubt it very much.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, no, fact.
I mean, it's you know, and as I said to you last time, he's got 3 kids who are 22 years old on the bench that he's never given one sniff of first team action to. He will not play them whatsoever. And these are the games, the end of season games that have got nothing of any importance to them whatsoever, that he should be trying them out to see if they're good enough. But he won't fucking play them. I mean, he put on that Butler Odeji. Sorry if I've mispronounced his name. That Butler Odeji on for the last 15 minutes against Ipswich. But apart from that, there's a kid called Jimmy Gower that people have told me is really good. He can't get any first team action. There's an Irish kid called Henry Francis. That's also supposed to be the gravy as well. And I can't remember, there was another kid who's 22 as well, who's been on the bench and he hasn't played 1 minute of first team action. Yeah. So, you know, this is all down on Arteta. You know, I know because he thinks he is bigger than this football club. And all these Arteta sexuals, top goon, excuse me, top gooners, ostriches.
Come on, we ain't won the league yet. Come on, we don't clock out just yet.
They believe They believe that this club is called Arteta FC. They can't see a cannon on the shirt. All they can see is a clown with his name above it.
Yeah. Well, now it's facts. It's quite an interesting question. Let me ask Jezza. I know the answer to this one anyway. We'll go around the panel just quickly. I'm quite interested as well with this. What level of ball have you guys played? Jez, I know you've done a lot of refereeing, but what level of football did you ever play at?
I played county league. I wasn't particularly good, I won't lie.
What position, Jez?
I played right midfield.
Nice.
I was a quick runner. I was quick, but I wasn't particularly skillful, I won't lie. I then got injured with my left knee. I had to have an operation on it, and basically it caused me issues. That's when I started refereeing. I started refereeing when I was 19, 20-ish. I got my class 1, and I refereed in the United Counties League, which back in the day was quite a high league. I did referee some names that went on to become professional footballers. I refereed at Dulwich Hamlet, where a certain Ian Wright became. Now I was then 31, 32, and he then joined Crystal Palace. And I used to do reserve teams for some of the bigger teams. I refereed Tottenham, Chelsea, Southend United, Millwall, West Ham. Reserve. These are reserve teams, by the way.
But still.
I was a pretty decent referee. I wouldn't say I was a great footballer. I'm not going to claim that at all. I wasn't. I was quick. I could put a cross in, but that was about it.
Play for Arsenal, Jez.
Yeah.
I know. I play for Arsenal. We could do with someone that can cross the ball in.
Yeah.
What about you, Shane?
Sunday League is always
Sunday League in position. Let me hold on one second. I was going to go for a centre back. Yeah, goalkeeper.
Yeah. And ironically, I used to get berated because I wanted the ball to my feet all the time. I would have made it now, man. You know what I mean? It was back when it was under like 12s, under 15s, or whatever. When it was just get the ball to the right back and he'd hoof it up, hit it to the big lad up front. You know what I mean? That was back when it was that. But ironically, I was always getting berated for coming out of my box and trying to get it off the centre back and joining the play.
Shane Ryer and all that.
Yeah, man. No. I did actually, yeah. But I was quite tall for my age, so I was quite tall for my age. I had the reflexes of a cat as well, man. Reflexes of a cat. But no, man, I loved it. I adored it. I've always loved goalkeepers. So there was a big influx of goalkeepers in Ireland because of World Cup '90. That's why Shay Given and all came through, because Packy Bonner saved that penalty, and suddenly every single kid wanted to be a goalkeeper. There was a massive influx that came through. Stack and all. Jay, your man Stack was at Arsenal and stuff like that. There was Irish. There was a load of Irish goalkeepers that came through because of Packy Bonner. Everybody had the silver or the yellow jersey that he had on, because during that World Cup, I know I'm going off topic, but during that World Cup, because that was our first World Cup, the country literally came to a standstill for those games. Like I've never experienced anything like this. The only thing that came close was the John Collins Eubank fight and Ken Doherty in the final of the Worlds in '97 in snooker. But during those World Cups, if you had gone out on the street, it was like when you walk down the town on Christmas Day, say, and everything's just gone.
The darling of Dublin.
It was unreal, man. But
yeah, darling of Dublin.
Yeah, because I was 9 then, so I do remember my older brother, when David O'Leary went to take the winning penalty, going, "Is that fucking David O'Leary? What's he taking a penalty for?" And then he slotted it home. And it's weird. Like, I was only 9 or 10, but I remember that every game of that so clearly, man. But yeah, Packy Bonner made everybody want to be a keeper. I used to love coming out, getting the ball to my feet. Like I said, I would have been a fucking top keeper now. I never had a good kick out though. That was my problem. I had a really weak kick out, but I had a good throw as well, Peter Schmeichel style. But yeah, man, goalkeeper, loved it. Still love it. Still love it. Goalkeeper standard now has gone so low compared to what it was in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But yeah, was top goalkeeper for Sunday League.
I was going to say centre back, a bit of a, do you know what I mean? O'Leary.
Because I'm a big, tall, ugly bastard.
Yeah, that's it. No. yes, exactly that. Every single reason. Yeah. Hold on, right now. Carl's a tricky one, yeah? Because, like, obviously none of us have made it professional. So we know that them sort of. But I'm trying to think a position for Carl.
Fullback. Fullback.
I was going to say on the wing somewhere because I don't know, like it's one of them two. If it's not a winger, I reckon it could be a fullback. You're right. Come on, he's grinning.
I reckon marauding fullback.
Yeah. This is where he says he was an absolute wrecking machine in the middle of the park, wasn't he? Central defensive midfielder.
Aaron, you couldn't be any more wrong.
You ain't another goalkeeper, are you? For fuck's sake.
Yes.
Oh,
hey!
The fucking what's it? It's a goalie union here or
He's
something.
He's going to have to fight first place on this team.
First game I ever played at secondary school. I got picked up for the under-12s. So I was backup goalkeeper. And in our first game of the season, the actual full goalie actually fucking smacked his head off the post for a dive. So he's literally concussed himself. So, which was a shame. He goes, right, Carl, you got to go in. And there's me shitting a brick on my first game of the season. Kept the clean sheet for about, I think it was like 72 minutes we had left in the game, and I kept the clean sheet. And I made 4 outstanding saves, saving a penalty as well. The fucking cheeky snide who I knew all along was a fucking prick to me in school. He tried a Robana on me, and guess what? I knew exactly where that ball was going to go, so I just stood my ground like this. And everyone cheered at that. I just went...
Boom. Yeah.
So
that's what you get.
But I played it, yeah. So it's mostly at school. I played a little bit of Sunday league for a short time, but work just completely derailed my life, unfortunately. So I haven't played. You know, if you give me the opportunity to like play, you know, just to kick around in the park or play in the cage or something, I will. But I'll probably rip the hamstring off me bone. So probably not.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, you don't want that. But no, my favorite position was goalkeeper. Why? One and only David Seaman.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad role model, is it? Right. Nope. Now we've got the Lawrence L-Dog. Where position did L-Dog play? Right, come on, man.
Well,
I don't know why. I'm gonna centre mid. I don't know why I've got that in my head. Come on, Lawrence. If you say fucking goalkeeper, I'm ending this stream. I'm telling you, I'm not having fucking 5 goalies in here. No.
Well,
come on, Lawrence. Don't fucking well me, Lawrence.
At school,
say it.
Because I'm a tall fucker. I was very tall when I was at school. I was a goalkeeper.
No!
Sorry.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the lads anyway.
Yeah. But I did play a little bit of Sunday League, and I played up front until I fucked my knee out, and then I was still part of the team, and I cut a pretty mean orange at half time.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you was you're the geezer that gives out the fruits at half time and all of that.
Yeah, I was the one that cut up the oranges.
The water boy.
I was going to say I wouldn't have trusted you with a blade, Lawrence. So I mean, fair dues. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of dangerous and that, especially if you're a top gooner. That is, stay away from. Now, fair dues. I can't believe. Like now, I know this man. I know this man wasn't a goalkeeper. Yeah, last gentleman left on the screen.
He had to be a striker. He had that killer instinct, man.
Main man, Normski. I just need to get this up. Give me 2 seconds. The reason I know he wasn't a goalkeeper was because he didn't have the strip on for a goalkeeper. So it kind of says, so this isn't the first time we've seen this, and it won't be the last. But Normski played for Barcelona, apparently. Yeah. Normski played for Barcelona. Let's have a little look at our young Normski.
Hey,
Got the Nomsky.
Mm.
Look at him beaming with his grin, man, isn't it? Right at the end.
winger. He's got to be a
He's
winger, man.
absolutely
Winger. I'm
buzzing.
going winger
Yeah,
all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Tricky
I
winger.
thought
I'll
that was
go.
going to be Petio.
Normally the wingers do stand to the side, don't they?
Am I right? Were you a tricky winger?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah!
I was a tricky winger. I wasn't as good as Jamal. So that way, put that way.
You were close though, Normsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. All they used to say to me, the manager, right, used to have his team talk, yeah, and he'll go to the captain, he'll go to the centre forward, not the centre forward, the midfielder or the goalkeeper. Get that ball out to Normsky. No, but he didn't know me as Normsky, because I wasn't known as Normsky then. Get that ball out to Norman. Hit it fine. Let him just run.
Just beat everyone.
And what about you, Aaron?
Nice.
Going by the way your dad takes pops at your height, I'm pretty sure you weren't the goalkeeper anyway, man. Where did you play?
No, I wasn't. But no, just really big up Norms for that, man.
Yeah, man,
That's brilliant. Look at that, 78, 79. Look,
Love
madness. No, big up Norms. Yeah, I mean, Dad always actually takes a piss out of my heart. I'm 5'10", so it's not the biggest.
You're
So
the
when I
same
was
height as me,
younger,
mate, I won't complain.
yeah,
Same height as me, you
It's-
won't complain.
when I was younger, I was told
How,
my
how
height.
old are you in 79?
Go on, yeah.
Oh,
go on.
mate, I was what we call junior school. Was it primary school, junior school? So I was
10 or 11?
10, 11. Because Jez, you know your Jez 1967, innit? Yeah? I was born in 67,
I was born in 61.
right? But my first recollection, right, I told you this already, was the game where Arsenal did the double and they were wearing the yellow and blue.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And the mad thing about it, my missus at the time, I didn't know. Obviously we met in 1986. Okay, so we've been married 30 plus years, right? She started supporting Liverpool the same time I was watching Liverpool v Arsenal.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
Fair enough.
there you
crazy.
go. Meant to be. Meant to be.
Because years after we had this conversation, but what it was just something about the kit, yeah. And not only that, I just loved when what's his name was crying. What's the guy's name? He passed away.
Charlie George.
No, not Charlie George, for Liverpool.
Oh,
The captain, the midfielder.
John Barnes?
No, not John Barnes.
Steve McMahon.
No, he wasn't playing that. It was
No, this is 71.
Emily News.
Eminent.
Oh, God, yeah.
I always remember just seeing him crying his eyeballs out, and us just lifting that FA Cup.
Yeah.
Little black.
Can I just to answer your question about favourite
I was
kits?
4, by the way. I was 4.
4.
Yeah.
4 years old.
To answer your question about favourite kits, right?
No, I thought you were stuck on repeat then.
Well, no,
Like an old
Sorry,
CD with too many scratches on there.
I was about to
Oh, there was a DJ in the house.
I was about to kick the
Yeah.
towel off my feet and I think it's glitching. What's going on?
There you go, Lawrence.
No, I said my favourite kit is. I don't know if any of you remember, but when Umbro used to be our kit supplier, I used to love the Umbro kits because of the way the numbers were designed on the back of the kit. I really like that. But the favourite kit I used to love is when we had the Wimbledon green and navy away kit.
I was a lovely kit, man. I wish they'd bring back something like that.
1982. They wore it last year as well, but that the original came out in 1982.
That was gorgeous.
And I just loved it. And the first time we won away from home in that kit, the Arsenal fans had this song about green is the colour for me. Green is the turf at Wembley. And that's where the Arsenal will be in the FA Cup in '83. We got knocked out by Man United, but it was a great song that we sung.
Well, while we're still being nostalgic here, I just want to show you something. This is for the kids out there before the internet, when the fixtures came out in the newspaper before the season. When I was a young lad, I used to have to cut it out with a paper, and then because you couldn't be checking them, you can't go online and check, and then sellotape it to keep it. And I used to keep it in my wallet. This is from '92. I don't know if you can see. Oh, hang on, I'll get it back.
You've sent this to me, haven't you? I think before.
Yeah.
Just to me.
That's from '92. You used to cut it out of the paper and sellotape it just at the fixtures. That was when it was a 42 game season. But I used to have to carry it around all the time. I was obsessed when I was a young lad.
That's awesome,
I think I had about as much history knowledge then as I do now, because I just read books, watched videos, and I couldn't get enough of it. But yeah, I kept that. My mum actually found that recently when I sent it to you, actually, Aaron. She found it in an old box. It was one of my fixtures. Yeah, but that's for the kids out there before the internet, man. You had to cut it out of the paper and keep the fixtures. Used to love it.
That's awesome, man. I love things like that. Like, you know what I mean? Just going back on what people used to do and things like that.
I was 11 years old. I was 11 years old because that was my last year playing for the thing, and I had a transfer to another team.
A transfer, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, so Normski, as we've already seen, he was the La Messiah. He was there. He gets mentioned alongside the when we like the players that they produce, the Messis. Do you know what I mean? The Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Normski. You know what I mean?
Think about it. I wore the number 9. I wore the number 9 shirt. Not the number 9. Sorry, not the number 9. I'm sure it was a number 9 because you can see on the shorts. If you look there, you can see that.
Oh, sorry, go on. Let me get it.
I can't see. Yeah, you can't see because the guy sitting in front of me. Yeah. The guy sitting in front of me. I'm sure it was either 9 or I can't remember. No, tell a lie. No, I think I was 7. I think I might have been number 7.
7, yeah. You used to go 7 right wing, 11 left wing, wasn't it? 7, normally the thing. 9 and 10 up front. Yeah.
Nomsky, couldn't they afford socks for the team?
That's why the guy sitting in front of me, I wasn't wearing any socks.
Oh man,
it's a nice kit though, Normski. I have to say, it's a lovely kit.
I loved it. Yeah,
bit of Conway, isn't it? Conway 78, 79. The kits, the top and middle were fantastic, but the socks just went awry, didn't they?
Our school from Woolwich Arsenal, Woolwich Arsenal from our school, we was about 2 miles away from Woolwich Arsenal.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah, is it?
Our school was in Plumstead. Jez, you might know Plumstead. I don't know if you recollect Plumstead Common, right round there. So that's sort of the area that I used to live, southeast.
Yeah, what Plumstead way?
Yeah.
Man,
that is boy Norms. That is fucking brilliant, man.
Where did you play, buddy? You never answered. I would go for sort of a nippy little forward, man. I'd say a nippy little forward.
Yeah. I know.
Tony Cocky, like
a goalkeeper.
No. Oh, yeah.
You must take note of every show because I think he mentioned it probably once. I remember, but yeah, I know where he played. I know where he plays, mate.
I played in one position where I was exceptional at, and I was a very, very, very good left-sided centre back. Very, very, very good. To the point where I had, I got scouted for county, etc. The only difference, my problem was, I enjoyed the pub too much, so I just went. Burr. But I could read the game extremely well. I was extremely fast. My slide tackling was phenomenal. On the ball, not as good as I could have been, but that weren't ever really my job. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really have to be that good on the ball. I could out jump a lot of players. And then I got moved when everyone started catching up with me in height as well, and then surpassing me, unfortunately. I went to left back, even though I'm right-footed. We had a really good right back. I preferred to. Do you know it's odd when the way I started on the left-hand side of the field, I just saw the game better. So like just having the view of I can't describe it, but just having the view of the field in that direction rather than that direction. I played right side before, and I just didn't like it. I don't know whether it's just a mental thing, but I stayed on that side, and I've got an okay left foot. But yeah. I was all right. Yeah, at left centre back. Oh, we had a charity game for my son's football match, and it was the first time in 20. I will say this. Check me out, giving myself a little big up. First time I played football, not 11-a-side in maybe 19, 20 years. And I still had it, man. I got man in the match and everything. Yeah. I still knew where to stand. Still had some form of pace left in me, and still knew how to read the game. Yeah, man. I was over the moon with it, but I haven't played again since because fuck that, man. It was too much. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just the only exercise I like to do now. But yeah, man. Yeah.
We found a replacement for Kivior. Market opportunity, guys. Market opportunity.
Why do you think I'm saying it to? I'm saying it to hopefully one of these 85 viewers that we've got in here. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully they've got some ties to the club and all of that. Hello, yeah, I'm 36. I'm 36.
I'll step in instead of Ray. You go there instead of Kivior.
Jez, sorry, what was your position again? Jez, what was your playing position again?
The wing.
Right midfield, mate.
Right.
I'll tell you what I was a bit like. I was a bit like a Forrest Gump.
just running for days.
Just kept running.
I
just ran and ran. I don't know why.
Run like the wind. I was very quick running. Very, very quick.
I used to fancy myself as a bit of a canoe up front sometimes as well. So maybe I can go up front then, and then one of the other two can go on nets, man.
That'd be more like David James, wouldn't it?
You can just hoof the ball up to me, man. You know what I mean?
Calamity James for a reason.
Yeah.
I had a very good right foot, right, where I could actually cross a ball, but 9 times out of 10, I was a Martinelli. I run out the end of the pitch.
So you continuously look down at the ball instead of looking up.
I was actually shit. I was shit. I tell you, who was a very good footballer. Very, very good footballer was Kenny Ken.
I was going to say.
Kenny Ken was a very.
I bet he didn't take any prisoners.
Well, he actually he used to play. There used to be a cup the Islington schools competition, and the final was always played at Highbury. I never got to play that. I was not good enough, but he did on a few. You talked to him about it. He actually got to play at Highbury.
Wow.
He was actually a decent footballer. I mean, he was big, but he could fucking shift, man. Seriously, you wouldn't. I don't think you want to get a tackle from him, man. He'd take you out.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he'd leave you. He'd leave you in bits.
I've met him a couple of times. He's not.
So basically, to round up.
He's a big boy. Isn't
he? I was more of a Peter Lorimer type player. I had a wicked right foot shot that scared the life out of goalkeepers. Because when I caught the ball, what?
Oh, Lawrence,
we'll put you up front then for our team. You know what I mean? I'll go up front with you.
Yeah.
Carl can go next. Jay's out the wing.
Yeah, but basically for our sixth side, as a collective, we said what our positions are. Yeah. We've got 3 goalkeepers, 2 wingers.
And a defender. No, Lawrence said he had a shot. No, we'll put him up front. I'll go up front with him, and then we have the 2 wingers.
I was going to say, we've got 3 goalkeepers, so at least no one's going to score against us.
When I played in goal, right? When I played in goal at school, right? When I punted the ball, it gave the other keeper nightmares because there was one time I punted the ball, it went over the keeper's head and went into the net like Pat Jennings. I had a hell of a right foot when I was playing.
Yeah, what's his name? Lawrence is trying to get a contract now as well, wouldn't he? A hell of a right foot, honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, with this clown of a manager, I could get one.
Yeah. Probably be on 15 mil a year and all.
I'm just fascinated. I've never met any of you gentlemen, right? I've never met any of you, right? Aaron, how tall are you?
5'10".
5'10". Shane?
6'2". 6'2".
6'2". Carl?
5'11".
5'11".
You said
You were
5'10".
5'10" a minute ago.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I want 5'11" when he's wearing TNs.
I would
is it?
say doesn't inch. I would
Yeah.
say doesn't
Nah,
inch
nah,
make
nah,
a. I would
nah,
say
nah.
doesn't inch.
We're not some girl you're
forward.
trying to chat up in the club. You don't have to add an inch, mate. You don't have to add an inch.
If you're
Come
trying to
on.
make me the short ass on the stream, Cole, you can go fuck yourself. I heard you say the same, mate. Come on, man.
I know where
Right,
this is going. I know where this is going. You.
6'3".
You're 6'3".
Whoa!
You're 6'3".
Yeah.
No
I
one's
didn't
getting
know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't expect
On my
that. I don't know
lankies.
why-
no
On my
one's
Because you're all
lankies.
lying down, man. That's what I
I
didn't
thought you
know.
would have
That's
been
why I
like a
considered-
I thought you would have been like a 5'8" or something.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
getting here, mate.
6'3",
What about
man.
you,
That's
Norm?
cool, bro. I'm 5'10" and a half.
Aaron's officially the smallest now.
Sit down, midget.
I'm the shortest, mate. I'm the
Come on,
shortest.
man.
I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7".
Oh,
There you go, Aaron. You're right.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Aaron's going to go. Aaron's going to be Mr.
Look
Big
at
Ball and shout at someone
Yeah,
smaller than him.
Fucking 5'10" and a half. Leave it out, man. Come on, man.
Is that depending on what shoes you wear, or is that?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. When he's got the TNs on, isn't it? For fuck's sake.
Yeah. With the goldfish in the bottom of the platform. With the
Don Martin, he's actually 6 foot.
Jez, Shane, no, it's definitely Jez, Lawrence, Shane. You might have been around with the old. Do you remember the old gold tips?
Come on now, I'm 44. Don't be lumping me in with the rest of this, man. Come on.
Oh my god! I'm walking around with gold tips and waffle trousers.
Yeah. Oh, my dad used to have those. What were they called? Periwinkle shoes.
Big
or
up
pickled
top.
fingers.
Oh no, fucking off and all of that. Fucking hell. Come on, man. Come
You
on,
shouldn't
man.
have asked
Stop
him
it.
last. You see, when you asked him
Oh.
last, he priced his right thing.
mate.
He just went for the extra half inch. But
Oh man!
Yeah, I can't believe I've been fucking sandbagged like that. Do you know what I mean? He's fucking lying about his and he's fucking half-inch topping me. Sandbag.
I had a nickname.
Aaron, I'd have a
What's
Stuart
that? Let's
inquiry.
going.
yeah. VAR. We need VAR for this, man.
VAR outfit.
Yeah, hang on a minute,
I don't
guys.
have VAR, but I do have a tape measure somewhere. I have a tape measure somewhere.
Aaron, go over to the TV screen now. Go and have a look.
Hold on.
No, he's lying. Yeah, mark it there.
No, pinch. No, not having it.
Oh man!
Sorry.
Got to laugh.
Not
Man. You
having
got to
that.
laugh.
All three of
I
us
think
are the same
Rashid is
height. I'm not
backstage.
having it.
Got to
Oh,
laugh.
shit,
Man.
How tall are you,
Yeah,
Reggie? If you say 5'10" and a half,
Okay,
you fuck.
let's work,
How tall are
Rashid.
you?
Let's work out what Rashid is. Rashid.
Yeah?
What position do you play, brother? And how tall are you?
What level?
How
What
tall am I?
level
I'm
did you
6
play?
foot. All the
Six
ladies
foot.
know I'm 6
Yeah.
foot.
You're 6 foot.
Yeah.
What position do you play in football?
Rashid,
You know
look.
what? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Rashid, look, you play for the ladies team then?
Hey, you're a bigger. Are you bigger? Listen, I might identify as okay. Well, I'm the one.
You might identify. Why are you going? Why are you speaking in Gen Z
I'm not gonna say it.
tones?
Oh, no,
Hey,
funny,
Jezza, I'm loving the shirt though. The shirt, loving it.
Oh, Jez, can you put the hat back on? Because I was watching you online. Mate.
Yeah,
I
put
got
the
a
hat.
stare.
You need
Put
the hat back on.
brother.
You definitely need it. But big
Yo,
up to every one of you. Oh,
Oi.
Jez, what
what
have
are we
you do?
talking about today?
Jez,
Rashid,
what
What
have you
position we used to play in football?
Me,
position
what
you used to
position
play,
do I
no?
used to play? I
Yeah,
play
yeah,
a number
okay.
6, double pivot number 6. I'm like
Yeah,
that.
Oh, we need a central midfielder. There you go. We're set now,
Good.
lads.
Where's
I'm
Seth,
here.
mate.
You're not box to box. You're just like out and out.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm very
no, I'm not
okay.
that fast. I'm not
comfortable
fast
balling
enough
the
to
ball
box
out
them
to you then. I'm
No.
comfortable
In
balling the ball
his
out to you.
private life, he's box to box. Right.
Yeah, but I'm comfortable on the ball. You know, I've got vision. I'm comfortable on the ball. But box to box, you need more. I mean,
smaller levels.
What position do you guys play? Wait. What position do you guys play? Let's go, Aaron.
Okay, so hold on a minute, Rashid. Have you been watching the show?
I was on the train. I didn't hear it.
Okay, so guess.
Okay, so I'm guessing Aaron is a winger because he's kind of like, you're a winger, right? Are you a winger?
Oh, snippy fucker. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm a centre back.
You were centre back.
I got relegated to a fullback because I weren't tall enough. Ha ha ha.
Okay, so you're a timber. Jezza, what position do you used to play?
I used to play right midfield. I was a little bit of a Robert Pires. I wish.
Okay, come short. You like to come short. Carl, what position do you play, Carl?
Keeper.
Keeper.
Yep.
You better than Raya. Are you off your line? Huh?
No, I'm never off my line. I'm not even out my box. Never.
Do you play the keeper or the old school?
Old school.
Oh, okay. Love it. Lawrence, do you play? What's your position?
Yeah. I was a bit like Peter Lorimer. I had a hell of a right foot shot that scared the life out of keepers.
Okay. What about Normski? Normski, what's your position?
Yeah, well, Aaron, I don't know if Aaron wants to just share us to play for Barcelona, our youth team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they couldn't afford socks.
Yeah. They could afford some of the greatest talent in the world, but do you know what I mean? When it comes to a bit of cotton socks, you know what I mean? They drew the line there. That's it. Yeah, no way.
I play right midfield, mate.
To be honest, players that play with low socks are always ballers. Usually they're ballers.
Normski had no socks.
I had no socks.
He had no socks.
I couldn't afford them.
Okay. I see the struggle, right? Yeah, I get it. But I think we can do a better job than the team that we have right now. I think we can do a better job. We can. All we need is just 6 months. Give us 6 months, rehabilitation and everything. Get back in shape.
Yep.
And we'll show you the real Arsenal. Yeah, we're here to win titles. We're not here to play football and get second. Oh, we might miss on the second place. We won't miss out on second place. Did we talk about that one? Did we talk about it?
Yeah.
Did we talk about it already?
Yeah. You're a tad late to the
Okay,
stream.
what's the excuse? What's the excuse going to be? I want to hear the excuse. That's my specialty. What's the excuse?
Come,
What's the Top Gooners excuse when we don't
want to
get
hear
second
it
place?
from the specialist?
Okay, we were going for Champions League. We were focusing on Champions League because we had bigger fish to fry. That's why we lost second place to Newcastle, to whoever is going to get second place. That's what they're going to tell you. And then they're going to tell you, see, we got semi-final. We got the semi-final, and we missed out. That's what they're going to tell you. What?
Don't forget unprecedented injuries as well. Throw that in there.
Oh yeah, the injuries and the red cards, PGMOL, the ball. What else? I don't know. I'm out of ideas right now, but that's about it. They're gonna milk these excuses. Yeah. Do you know what? The thing is about Arteta. Yeah, he's like whatever Arteta says, whatever he says. These guys repeat it. It's like a parrot. They parrot anything he says. They'll just lap it up, remix it, then say it to me, Aaron, you guys, everybody. Big up the views, man. Big up to views. What are you saying? What's your position, views? What's your position in football?
Just come in. You just said, "What's my position?"
In football.
What N/A. You know. What's my position?
Okay, Odegaard.
Positions.
Yeah.
Where'd
you play, bruv? Come on, man.
Right wing. I played right back when I used to play.
Normski's got competition.
Yeah.
Wing and all of that.
Fight.
Normski,
are you versatile? Can you play on the right and the left?
I've played down the centre before. I've never played because my left peg wasn't really that brilliant, but I was proud of myself when I used to play Saturday League. And I remember the last game of the season, never ever scored me left foot, and I scored me left foot, and I couldn't believe it. I was running around going, You know what I mean? But yeah. So mostly it's down the right hand side, but I have played down the middle.
You played down the middle as in a number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
I
that's
was
it.
more,
So
I was more right sided.
What kind of number 9 were you playing? What kind of number 9?
Well, I played more. That's what I'm saying. It was just kind of like a one-off. So if I didn't play it, it was probably just playing on the shoulder. I was quick.
So
Okay.
so as well,
holding up the ball and nothing like that. I was just like, listen, play on the shoulder. Do you know what I mean? Hit.
So we've got a goalie. Cole can go and goal. We can have me and Shane because he's a big boy. We can have me and Shane at the back. We've got Rashid and Lawrence in the middle.
Yep.
Jez and Views on the wings. Jez is also player ref, and Normski up front. Boom.
Oh, we're cooking.
We'll get all the decisions. We'll get all the decisions because Jez is a ref, so we'll get all the decisions.
Oh yeah.
Words,
Are we going to get a
out,
penalty, Jez? Are we going to get a penalty? 30th minute.
Yeah, that's it.
30th minute.
We want brown envelopes and all of that. Brown envelopes, right?
No.
Brown envelope. Man.
Look, let's put it right. I think as the elder citizen, I'd be player ref, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, player ref.
And no, sorry, manager ref.
Manager player ref.
That way,
That's collusion, right?
And you'll get all the decisions. VAR can get fucked off out of it. Right, and basically, none of you will get booked, and I'll just cheat.
I've got a lot of cards. I've got a lot of cards back in the day, so I'm glad with that. My clubhouse used to hate me. Used to get fined like I think it was like £7 for a yellow at our age and like 15 for a red, and I'd get something every single week for something like that. Or like most of the time it's for being gobbled
tackle
to the ref.
Or was it talking back to the ref?
Yeah, a lot of the time it was. Yeah, when I thought it was the challenge was bad, like ridiculous on me, and they didn't give it. I can't help myself. I didn't have the. I go, what the fuck was that? I'd be like, come on, man. I was like, when it was.
You guys see the new rule though? There's a new rule. Only the captain can talk to the ref. We're fucked. Yeah. Only Odegaard can talk to the ref.
That should be the standard rule anyway.
Yeah, but I always thought that was the rule. Yeah, but maybe they're properly enforcing it this year.
No, that wasn't the rule.
I let you in a little secret, right? Because she's not here. She's gone to work, right? But when I ordered this hat and it came today, she said it looks shit. Right. This is true. This is true. Let you in a story here. Right. I found out something today. Right. My daughter, my 2 daughters, love them, have bought me them bloody bruised banana pajamas. Do you know how I know? They're so stupid.
What ones? What ones? The yellow ones? Not because you got 2 of them on there, wasn't it? The black ones and the red ones, and then you had the actual official bruised bananas.
Yeah, the proper bruised banana ones, like
what from the website? Oh yes,
Like, they're so silly. They think I don't know because the wife, right, has got access to my account, right? And I saw it on my email today.
Statement,
Miss Jazz.
That they're being delivered next Wednesday, and I haven't said anything, and I can say now it's going to work, right? I thought, fuck's sake, you brought me these bloody poxy Peppa Pig ones, right? And now you put these bloody bruised banana ones.
Jez,
I don't.
All I'm hearing. Sorry, Jezza. All I'm hearing is that when they arrive, you're going to come on the show in the bruised banana pajamas with the bucket hat and doing the live stream on your bruised banana bedstead. That's all I'm hearing. That you're going to come and do that and wear the full lot. That's all I've got.
All we're gonna see in that stream is Jez's glasses and some teeth. That's what we're gonna see.
Jez, Will you be
Did any
making
of
an
you play-
appearance in the Bruce Banana pajamas? That's all I need to know, Jez.
Are they in
On the
trouble?
Bruce Banana pod.
Come on, Jez.
Seriously, man.
The dignity is slowly drained.
That is
Did any of
brilliant.
you play Ross goalkeeper
That
at school?
Bruce Banana bedspread is in my man cave, right? This is one of the spare rooms, right? And she bought that for me, and I said, "Oh, 2 years ago she bought it." She said, "Oh, I hope you like your birthday present." I went, "Oh yeah, brilliant. Yeah, what is it?" She said, "It's a bedspread." And I went, "Oh right, nice." And she said, "Well," she said, you like your club so much you can fucking sleep with them." And I was like, and she said, "It is reversible." So it's got one side, it's got the Bruce Banana, the other side, it's the blue away kit. And I went, "Do you honestly think I love that club this much?" She said, "Yeah, that's all you do. That's all you talk about is bloody Arsenal." And I was like,
She's sick and tired.
Legend.
This is all we want to see. Come on. We've got them. Come on, Jez.
Oh my days.
I have to get them for Thursday nights when I fucking host my show, man. I have to do it wearing them.
Bruce
Hey,
Banana
Aaron,
Anybody who goes
Aaron.
on the Bruce Banana
One
show
second.
has to wear,
You have to wear it. You have to wear it.
no, hold up. Has to wear a small piece of Bruce Banana quality.
Oh yeah. Oh, James wore
Aaron.
the jersey when he came on it now. James wore the
Oh,
jersey.
Aaron, have you seen
Go on,
the,
Lauren.
have you seen the new training top for next season?
I
horrendous.
have. I've had it uploaded on there. Yeah, it's the pre-match
Oh
one,
my
isn't it? Or
God.
the pre-match
I
the
haven't seen
training
it.
one. Yeah. Have you not? Oh,
Never-
I will get
Is
it
it
up
nice?
right now.
Oh no, it looks like a
Oh,
child's paint.
go on, Ben.
It's horrendous.
Absolutely shocking. Stinker. Disgusting.
Absolutely
Right,
sublime.
Yeah, it's absolute fucking wank. I will get to the super chats in 2 seconds, people. It's just because if I'd have read them out now, it'd have been completely separate and it had just broke up the jokes that we're having now. So I will come to them. I haven't forgot. So just bear with us on that. Right, let's see if I can get this up. Let's cancel this screen off and let's get this up. So my ad blocker blocks them on this browser. So I need to just quickly go and find another one. Give me 2 seconds. I know, yeah. We got to go big or go home with the ad blocker. I was getting terrorized with some of the bits, man. Right, let's have a little.
AFTV thumbnail. I sent it to Shane. My
Oh
God.
yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
No, I ain't.
Did
Right.
you put it in our chat?
Yeah, I
Look
put
at
it
this
in that
fucking
one as well.
shit.
Yeah, I put it in our one
Look
as
at
well.
this. There we go. Look,
Gay.
pre-match.
My word.
It's basically a clown
Outstanding Arsenal shirt. It says outstanding.
Where does it say? Oh yeah, outstanding.
uniform.
Outstanding.
Buzzword.
Pre-match shirt. It's not even a training jersey. It's a pre-match
Yeah,
shirt. I mean,
pre-match. Yeah.
are they going to have then a pre-match shirt, and then a shirt that they wear when they have their lunch, and a shirt that they wear when they have their breakfast as well?
Would you
Yeah,
buy this guy?
No way.
I wouldn't
No.
even wear it if someone bought it for me. I'd throw it in their face. So what are you thinking? man?
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
training
Look at the
suit.
state of it.
Where did they get the
It's horrendous.
inspiration from? What's the inspiration for this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Usually they
It
write a
looks
little
like
bit about
someone-
it. Let me
The
go back.
circus.
Let me go back.
That's
Oh
the
look,
inspiration
ads,
behind
it's
it,
on
the
the other
circus.
browser. You see, look what we're doing here. See, look, that's what happens when I go on the other browser now.
Absolutely.
All right, let's have a little goosey. Look, availability, design. The Adidas Pre-Match shirt features a dynamic flame-like graphic.
Flame like that. They couldn't even think of anything.
I know,
couldn't even
yeah,
think
it's
of
nothing.
anything.
It's just a dynamic flame-like esquish sort of palette of red, yellow, and light blue. So it's got
It sounds
no
like a Terry
design
Flowers
other than-
thumbnail, man. That's what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
It reads like a Flowers
Outstanding,
thumbnail.
dynamic, flame-like graphic. Fucking hell, what are we doing here, man?
The Ronald
What a
McDonald
palette.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
the state of it.
How
Shit,
much are they asking for that?
Oh, it'll probably
70,
be
80 quid, I
about
suppose.
yeah.
£80.
They haven't got a price on this, but it will
Probably.
be there or thereabouts, 100%,
Yeah.
give or take a tenner. It showcases dynamic flame-like graphic colors palette, combining red and yellow with light blue and navy accents. What are they, a language now? But bold
Unbelievable.
pattern covers the entire shirt. Bold.
Did Arteta must have written that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Outstanding.
Yeah, of course.
Outstanding. Best in the business.
They
What a
should
load of
put out
shit,
a-
man.
They should bring out an eyebrows clipper
Hello,
and
Nick.
Arteta eyebrows clippers, man. So all the Arteta sexuals can be like Arteta and get
Yeah.
their eyebrows nice and thin.
I'm so handsome.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah,
I'm so
you just
handsome.
fucking just like that, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Having a little
Yeah,
pluck.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We have
Ever since you said it,
mirror.
Aaron, it's all I can look at when I see it.
Huh?
You know what his eyebrows
it
look
is,
like?
isn't it?
Do you know that old
They're perfect.
prank where you put ink on the binoculars and they put the binoculars to their
Yeah,
eyes and
yeah,
they don't know.
yeah.
That's what it looks like.
That's funny. Well, they're classics, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? They're all classic jokes. But that's all I do.
Like cling film
It's
on the toilet, man. That's a classic as well.
Oh yeah, I've done that once before.
That's
That's an offline.
Brilliant.
That's an offline conversation. But yeah. I've done that loads of times in the trade. We was talking about the trades last. I think one of the last shows and all of that. And I've managed to get someone with a plaster. You know, and then you knife it underneath. Yeah, my mate. Yeah. You can't lift that. You know what I mean? Yes, I can. Lifts it up. Slice. 25 kilos of plaster on the top of your nut.
On that, I worked. I used to work in kitchens, and about 15 years ago, I was working in a place in Dundee. It's near Dublin, and there was a guy behind the bar. We used to call him Rat Boy, right? Because he just looked like he just had a rodenty face, right? And there was one time where I actually rang an exterminator right from the kitchen. I said, "Oh, can you come in?" So I said, "We got this huge rat behind the bar," and your man came in, and your man was. I made sure your man was working, and he came up and he's like, "Yeah, I was here." If someone said there's a huge rat behind the bar, he's just like, "Shane, I'll fucking kill you." It cost a fucking. I had to pay 200 quid because the owner was going nuts. He had to pay call out fee. It cost me 200 quid.
I'm gonna say,
funny,
yeah,
man.
fucking hell.
Yeah, it was worth it though. It was worth it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
brilliant.
that's fucking brilliant, man.
Brilliant.
Boy, that is funny, man. Like that is funny. Well, you got to have a laugh, didn't you? That's why I sort of like today. I had a few bits, obviously, like lined up for football, and we will sort of get back into. But that's why when we're sort of looking through some of the comments and some of the things and that's why I wanted to take it into a little bit more of a light-hearted thing, man. Because if we constantly just talk about Arsenal, all that'll happen, and and then severity of the things that go on, and all that happens is you just get down because we've been so shit. Haven't we? Do you know what I mean? That's why I wanted to spend that good little bit of time and go through it.
That's what I tried to do with the.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron. I tried to do that with
are.
the full Irish thing as well, just have a laugh with people, because if you just constantly, you get depressed then. You know what I mean? You get depressed just talking about the shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to put across.
Yeah, you're good, man. I've got a couple of supers to run through. Huge. Big up, brother. Imagine instead of getting Havertz and Marino, we got Gyökeres and Kvaratskhelia, totally different side. Would only cost us 30 million more and would have pushed us over the line. Yeah. Do you know what, man? Dude, that's madness. Like, and I do this sort of all the time with things, man. We spent 100 million on Havertz Vieira. In roughly the same time that Gyökeres, not Gyökeres, Isak and what's his name? Bruno Guimaraes were available, man, for the same price. There's been so much poor transfer business. And I think
Bruno said no, by the way. Sorry to cut you off, but he said no to Arsenal.
Yeah, but I think if we'd have put a few fucking extra digits on it, said yes.
That's the thing, we don't push it. As soon as they turn us down, right, we leave it. Yeah. These players,
you know what? Arteta doesn't have the talent ID to identify that Gyökeres and Kvaratskhelia are ballers, and you should buy them. Arteta really thinks that Havertz and Moreno are the answer.
Well, there was some thing, wasn't there, Rashid, where we was like in for him and fucking Marquinhos, and came out with Marquinhos. And we paid for him, and he was free.
Paid for him, yeah.
But why is it always imagine if we could have, would have? It's always
this has always been a story, though. I mean, we go back as far as Wenger, where you know what used to happen at the end of the season. He goes, "Oh, I could have got this player, I could have got that player."
Yeah.
Why you?
We could have got Zlatan, Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez. The list is so long. We could have, would have. Like, it's what I'm saying. Like, if my aunt had balls, what would she be? Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Huh?
She'd be a geezer.
Exactly. Well, in this day and age, it depends. But the point is, you know what the point. You know what the point is.
We're like
maybe she'd be somewhere in between.
Yeah, like in the club, like when it comes to transfers, and like it's like when you're in the club, like you get those, you get those guys that give it all the big, and when we get to the club, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other, and they spend the whole night standing around just staring at girls. They're waiting for them to look back instead of going over and tapping up her shoulder and saying hello, darling, whatever. They're over there waiting to get eye contact. That's what Arsenal's like. We don't know how this club feels. We don't know how this club feels about our approaches, even though the players have got release clauses and stuff like that. That's how we've always
Goes
been.
home by himself, and you know what happens.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit, you know what I'm saying? You know what happens? That's what they do. That's what we could have, should have, we almost, it's always, I don't know, man. It's always, I don't want to talk about Arsenal. I want to hang out with you lot. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to talk about us playing football together. We need to make a team. Fuck Arsenal, man. Are we still? You listened to Arteta today. Did you read what he was saying today? It's all complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. The press conference.
Waffle.
Yeah, they get worse every time.
Yeah.
Brothers, waffle. Let me just quickly get this while Rashid's what we're doing.
My
Let me
bad,
just
my
quickly
bad.
get this from Jack. It's been sat there for a little bit. Big up to you, Jack. Gents, loving the show as always. Big up, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's the absolute main thing. The thought of either United or the Spuds winning a trophy in Europe next week is so depressing. And I so agree with you as well, brother. We need a major shake-up at Arsenal. Yeah, well, do you know what? We was almost sort of saying earlier as well, Jack. I don't know if you was tuned in or not, my friend. But the major shake-up is just ridiculous considering that we've tried having a major shake-up over the last 5 years, and the fruits of it have been absolutely non-existent. And shock. We need another major shake-up. You know what I mean? Retool, as Igal would say it. The only tool, he puts the tool in that. Igal puts the fucking tool in retool. You know what I
Let
mean?
me at him. Let me at him.
Scrappy Doo.
Oh, yo.
He's the bastard child of Barney the dinosaur and Scrappy Doo, man.
And it little fucking Scrappy.
It's all bullshit.
You need to
These
pop it,
buzzwords, man.
Shane, big up, brother.
Yeah, Views. Views, tell him about that dickhead who was on the stream with us yesterday.
Big up James, man. Yeah, James, Football Locker Banter. They've been doing their thing, and and like I said, it's complete. He seems to think, right, that we've got the best American owners in the Premier League. What do you guys think about that?
Well, the team that just won the league has American owners. You know what I mean?
Lawrence told him that on the stream as well.
Wrexham as well.
And then Lawrence said to him, "Oh, so if we're going to get any one of these new managers that you've been calling for, how long do we give him?" And he's like, "Oh, we only give him a year, 2 years."
2 years, yeah. After saying give us.
Oh, why? Because he's not sexy enough.
Oh man, but you know already, man. You know already. There's no logic. It's all about an emotion.
It is. That's what it is. That's what it is. You throw facts at them, and they just crawl back in their corner.
Yeah,
that's what you throw facts at them. They rage quit. You know what I mean?
That's why it's like I said to you, Norsky, because it's especially with Ian, it's like he's reading off a script, right? Because he gets 3 or 4 points off the internet, and that's what I was saying. It's like if you go to an actor that's played a doctor on a show, and if he's played a doctor like that, that cured cancer, but you go to him and you say, "Oh yeah, blah blah," and you go, "Yeah, well, you need to get chemotherapy. You need it." No, I've got a broken ankle. Oh well, that's not in the script. I don't know what to do about that. So if he comes up with his 3 or 4 points and he just says them, and then you go off script a little and hit him with something about history, hit him with a completely different point. He just has to, like those people on the phones that ring up and they have a list of whatever answer you get. You have to.
So how's your day? And they go, there's nothing here for that. And if he has to go off script, he's screwed.
And the scary thing is that British version of Big Al. That's the scary thing, because he kept jumping in and he wouldn't let us talk. He kept talking over us.
Yeah. You know what?
It was like a British Big Al.
They're rattled. That's why they're rattled.
Yeah.
The excuses are over.
Yeah, it was on my show.
What stream is it? I've got to go and check it out. Then
the intervention, man, is literally like a day or 2 ago. Lawrence is on there, and I put his name in there as well.
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
They all seem to be the same, don't they? Mate.
Very like car crash. Sorry, I know you want to get to your supers, Aaron. Very, very like car crash. Like when they just come in and shout over people and stuff like that, and you can't do that.
Jerry Springer sentence. Yeah. You should have finished the stream with, "Here's my final thought." That's it.
Yeah. Jez has got to shoot. Jezza, my brother. Thank you very
Legend.
much for jumping on the show, man, and giving me your time, man. It's been funny, man. You've been coming out with some crackers again, man. And long live the hat.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Don't listen to the missus, man.
No.
Yeah, that's the hat's where it's at. The
There we
hat is
go.
me.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah.
All I want to do is do it. Big
I
up,
was like,
big up.
get rid of pajamas. I can get rid of
Jezza,
pajamas.
you're a superstar, man.
Big doves.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
she
my
hates
brother.
it, man. She hates it. Absolutely hates it. And
It's all the better to wear it, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd do. You know what I mean? Yeah, just that little annoying thing.
She's
innit?
jealous. She's jealous,
Yeah.
Jez.
She knows all the women will be all over you, Jez, if you wear that over there. That's the only thing, man. She just knows that you. That's what she's doing. She just
She's
doesn't want
jealous
you
that
being
you
a
love
babe, man.
Arsenal this much.
Yeah. That
That's
could
what
be
it
too.
is.
I think it's a proper hat, man. I think it's.
I like it.
I like it. I genuinely think it looks really good, man. I love
Yeah.
it. I might even get one.
You know what I mean? I'm going to wear it, right? When we on the 26th of May, when we go down to France, I'm going to wear it on the Channel Tunnel, and I'm going to be driving down. It's a 7-hour drive down to where we're going. And I said, well, when we stop for a coffee, I'm going to wear it in where we stop. And she goes, oh, please don't. I said, why not? I said, why not? She said, it's a proper hat. And she went, no, it's embarrassing. And I said, no,
It's the
not
hat.
class. It's a class hat.
Cool.
This is a proper
I like
hat. And she said, it's embarrassing. I said, well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll make an agreement. And she went, oh, what? I said, well, I promise to you that when we go to nice restaurants, where we are at, I won't wear it. And she went, good. Obviously, I wouldn't anyway. Take the piss.
Oh, you got to now, though, Jez.
Now,
And
yeah.
I said, but when we go walking around the town of Bone, I'm going to wear my hat. And she went, I'm not walking with you.
Crossing the road and that.
Yeah, solo.
I said, fair enough.
Oh,
I said, don't bother me, because you can walk around, do what you want to do, and I'll just go into the bars and have a
tactics.
There you go.
Tactic game. Tactic game.
It works on
Yeah,
both
Jez has
levels.
got it
It
all
works on
sus.
two
When-
levels, man.
When he see that hat, he knew she weren't going to like it. Well, she says here, but that Mince Jez weren't going to like it. And this is just all a well thought out master plan from Jez.
Yeah,
He gets swerve the shop, goes to have a little cheeky booze up, piss the missus off all at once. It's a master stroke for 35 quid, mate.
Don't work faster, work smarter.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, right, I'm 2.5 months I'm going to be away, right? I'm taking this machine with me, so I will do a little bit of streaming. It won't be a lot, but I'm just going to be sitting there having a great time in the sunshine. At the moment, currently it's 26 degrees,
Nice.
hot, sunny, and I'm going to be sitting on the fishing on my bank on the lake, chilling out, having a great time with this hat on.
Yeah.
Legend.
And walking around, talking to the guys that are fishing there, and having a laugh.
Pulling all the chicks.
That's it, mate. Having it large.
That's what it's all about.
Big up, man. Thank you very much for coming on, my friend. Enjoy
Salud.
the rest of your Friday, my brother. I love always,
I think this is actually, I'm sorry. I think this is fucking proper because you can do that.
Of course it is.
Hey,
Oh, mate.
incognito. Brilliant.
Class, man. It's class. This is the new fashion. I'm swearing down.
Oh, mate.
I swear
You know
down.
what?
Trends.
Not just. I am happy that you're happy.
Yeah,
Like I am. If you're happy, Jez, I'm happy, mate. That's what it's all
Exactly.
about.
it is. It's look. This is legend. This is a legend hat. I swear
Yeah,
down.
and a legend underneath it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not agreeing with you on
Yeah,
that.
give it a Jez.
Um,
Come on, Jez.
But
Big up,
gentlemen,
brother.
as
man.
always,
Jezza.
Salute.
Legend.
I've
was the
enjoyed
then.
it. Great show. It's been a great show.
Yeah, we've got to have a
That's
little
fun.
laugh, haven't we?
And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, people.
Yeah, man.
See you later, Jez.
Big up to you.
Big up,
Big up
Jez.
to you. Before we get a couple come in, big up, Jezza. Big up to Joseph Connor Golden, man. What an absolute geezer. He's become a channel membership. Thank you very much. He's become a channel membership. He's become a channel member. Let's start talking English, shall we? Big up to you, brother. You've been in the chat always, man. And a big up. Massively appreciate the help, the support. Do you know what I mean? As I do with everyone, whether you donate or don't, it doesn't make no difference. The fact that I'm not sat here on my Todd waffling, that's what it's all about, man. And I appreciate you. And 81 still in the building. Big up to every single one of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the geezers. We've got a few people rocking in now. We've got Mad Mace, Kwame, and Luca Talks Ball are all jumping in, man. First off, we're gonna start with Luca. What position did you play? Oh yeah, go on, Shane. All right then. Yeah, go on, mate.
Sorry,
Before we start that, go on, Shane. Oh, we got bounced, brother. Always a pleasure to have you, man.
Cheers, guys.
You know that shit, brother. And I will catch you on the next one, man. I'll probably I'll speak to you anyway. Do you know what I mean? Over the blower. That's all well and good. I'm sure there'll be something we're on stream with over the weekend. If not, Monday. Come on.
Exactly.
Monday.
The Monday Club.
Yeah, man. The Monday Club. That's it. What a legend, Shane. You're the man.
Have a good night, people.
What a pleasure. Take it easy, brother.
Legend chat. See you later.
Come on, man. World class chat. Right. So we got Luca Talks Balls jumped in. So come on, man. What position did you play?
For me, right, like obviously I'm 31 years old, and majority I started playing football at like the age of 12, 13. I played in defence, like centre back, left back. Wasn't like my favourite position. I always wanted to be a striker. Always like be a box in the box striker. But my coach told me, nah, we need you in defence. And for me, I describe myself probably like maybe sort of like Fabio Grosso, left back. In my opinion.
Oh, that's a shout. That is a shout, Grosso. Yeah, that's the Italian guy. The Italian guy.
Yeah. Old goal cliche, a bit like that, Ashley Cole style. And for me, I just feel like me in defence, I was like proper leader. Was never really given the captaincy that often. I was more of like a vice captain. And that was the only frustrating part. I was thinking, I was like one of the best defenders out there. I was playing Sunday League football, and majority I was playing for the MK Dons set for quite a few years. And then majority I used to turn up to training every Sunday, hour and a half. Got scouted once before, but of course I turned it down. Because the reason why I kind of like turned it down, because obviously I didn't have the confidence to do it. And they said to me I was quite good at the time. And then they asked me to go for trials. And then I had to go at the trials. And they said to me, I made it past the first part, but in the second part, I didn't quite make it. And then I just gave up. Like I stopped playing football since COVID came. And I was playing Sunday League football, I was playing tournaments, and always wanted to be a striker up front. And I always wanted to be that.
Like a Van Persie.
Yeah, like a Van Persie or Henri.
Because you're left-footed, right? You're left-footed.
Yeah, I'm left-footed. I'm left-handed.
Oh, fucking Robin Van Luca in the building and all of that.
Yeah, I'm left-handed. I'm left-handed. And to be honest, look, like, defence is not that bad as you think. Because you get to tackle people, be that part of defence, and that's what I used to do. I used to love to bully people in defence, and I used to tackle people, and that's just the way it was.
You do the arm waves after you tackle the arm waves. waves.
Yeah,
you do that.
I was literally shouting at people. I was telling people, mate, get back in your defence right now. Let me do the defensive duty, like Tony Adams style. And I wasn't a bad player. And then I just stopped. I just got into gym fitness, and ever since then I've not really played. So
yeah,
we needed a left back. We actually needed a left back, right?
Yeah, we do need a left back. I'm sure I can do a better job than Sinchenko.
Listen, we got a whole team.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, we've got
Macy play
going on here, boys.
What does Macy play? You need to know what Macy plays. Macy,
hello, come on. Put that phone down and get it off you. Come on, Macy. What position do you play? Hold on. You play a centre back, Macy, or is he centre mid, Macy?
Yeah, all I can play is Black the Panther. Yeah.
And Macy, could you please just cuss the board, cuss everybody after this, after you tell us what position you play.
All right. Of course.
Please cuss
Don't worry,
everybody.
don't worry.
Cuss
I'll
everybody.
do that. Like I'll do that
on, Macy.
after I say my stuff. Yeah, big up Aaron for inviting me on.
So
and
you're gonna
yes,
make me wait? You're gonna make us wait? Oh, for fuck!
I mean, yeah. So
Right, come on then.
Yeah. So I mean, this weekend is a very important game for us. I mean, we've got Newcastle coming up, and we all know what Newcastle has been doing to us. They've absolutely obliterated us this year. 1-0 and then 2-0 in 2 League Cup games. Now we've got them again. And
Yeah.
I'm nervous, because this would be a surprise if Newcastle beat us for the 4th time in their history. Like the first time in Premier League history that a team has beaten us 4 times in the Premier League history. And the best thing is that Mikel Moreno ain't starting, because we all saw what happened against Liverpool. He was sent off, and I didn't even celebrate his goal against them. So I don't even care about Mikel Moreno. And I'm glad he's not starting against Newcastle, because if he was in the team, I can assure you that their midfield would absolutely take him apart piece by piece. So I mean, Newcastle for me, like I just think
But he
we'll have
scored
to
9
lose
goals
that
for
game.
us.
Yeah, but that's not enough. The Spanish Daddy Yanker, the Duda. Yes, yeah,
Smashing it.
yeah. That's my Daddy Yanker song, because
He's doing a little dance. Smashing it.
So as I said, I'm glad that Moreno ain't starting, because like we all saw what happened against Liverpool, and we've not
PSG.
only got Newcastle coming up, we've also got Southampton coming up too. And even though Southampton are relegated, we've not had a very good record against them at their ground, because all of our games against Southampton away from home has been a draw. The last time we played Southampton, it finished as a 1-1 draw for us. So, and there's another thing that got me a bit pissed off with this football club. The fact of the matter is that Igal had the audacity, because I think Lawrence said to me that it wasn't Igal, it was somebody else, but that person said that the Cronkies are the best players in English football. Like, whoever said that about the Cronkies, come in Aaron's and yourself. Because why would you say that the Cronkies are the best owners in English football? Like, do you have any idea of what the Cronkies have been doing since they became owners? Nothing. Because all they've been doing, they've been living their lives in America. Stan Kroenke is basically hoping that like he's just praying that he does not.
Mike's bugging out.
Yeah, sorry. So as I said, Stan Kroenke is in America praying that he does not pass away, because he knows that his time is his end is coming, and all he's doing is allowing Josh to still do all his bidding for him, because like Josh will like say, "Oh, Dad, can I get you a cheeseburger? I'll get you a McDonald's and stuff," because the Cronkies don't care about us. And for some reason, Igal didn't say that. And listen, you know how much I despise Igal. Like he still is Arteta's favorite lover stuff. So, and the fact of the matter is that our fan base, like, we get so attached to our footballers. And there was another thing that made me like disappointed. They were putting out pictures of Calafiori in training. Like, what is this?
But wait, Macy, you didn't tell us what position you play. You haven't told us yet.
Come on, Macy. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Sorry. Yeah.
2 hours and 30 minutes, and you're gonna wake us. Well,
Don't
Come
worry,
on,
don't worry,
we
I'll
want to
tell
know.
you.
We're dying to know. The world
Don't worry,
wants to
I'll
know.
tell you. I'll tell you. So my main position is that I play as a striker because I played for a football team called Ruislip Rangers, and my main position was a striker.
Ruislip
So
Rangers. What is it like? What in Hillingdon?
yeah, it's a
What are
local.
you, a target man, or would you play as a striker? Like, what's your
So I play
what's your
as
thing?
like
Are you a target man?
so, yeah,
False
something
nine?
like
Are you a false
something like
nine?
target man. So if I get the ball, like if someone gives me the ball, I would just run forward and I would just like strike the ball completely. Like
Mate,
I'm not.
can I
Yeah.
come back
So
to you in 2 seconds? Because Carl and Normski got a bounce.
Hey
Come
guys,
straight back to
I've
you,
got to
mate.
go. I love
man.
you all. I
Anyone,
love you
everyone
all.
that needs to
don't
go.
worry,
We're going to
love
stay
you
on.
all.
We're going to stay on for about another 10,
cuss
15
Lewis
minutes.
and
So
Garlic
go,
for
go,
you,
go.
my friend. Don't worry, Rashid. I'll cuss Lewis and Garlic for you. Yeah.
Boys,
Everyone,
absolute pleasure,
love,
man.
Salute.
love, man. Salute.
Take it easy.
Guys,
Take
I've
it easy,
got to
brother.
go. I've got to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Salute
man.
to all of
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. You bounce. We're going to stay on.
Did
We're
you
going to
just
stay on.
cut Richard Garlic for a minute? I want to hear you cuss Richard Garlic.
Don't worry, Rashid. I'll do that right now.
Right, peace out, guys.
So yeah, so
Hey,
like
love,
so
love.
Rashid, so like Lewis and Garlic right now, like
Big up, boys.
I just don't know, like are they going to back Andre Berta this season, or are they just going to basically like they just gonna say, oh, what do you want us to do now, Berta, and stuff like that? Like it's just Lewis and Garlic are Cronky's like puppets, like because whenever Cronky tells them to do something, they do it. So I just don't know if they're gonna back Berta next season, because Berta, for me, he's gonna have to start rebuilding the squad. And I know the squad is a lot of there's a lot to get rid of and a lot of, and I hope Berta does.
All right, guys, I got to shoot. Yeah, love to all of you. Love to all of you.
Wait, bruv.
Big up Aaron, man. Love the
Take it easy,
stream.
bro.
Always one of my favorite streams. I'll be real. One of my favorite streams.
You're
Love.
too kind, bro. You're too
Yeah,
kind,
big up
brother.
Rashid,
Take it
my
easy,
man.
bruv. Take it easy, Rashid, man. Big up, boys. Yeah,
So
go on. Sorry, mate. Go on, brother.
as I said, I hope Berta, I hope he makes some improvements to our team, because we already know that Jorginho, is the first player to leave this football club, but we still have to get rid of some of the other of some of the players too. We need to get rid of Zinchenko. We also have to get rid of Odegaard, because I just don't know why we have given this guy 240 grand a week in this football club.
And he's going to be captain next season.
He's another one that has to go. I'm tired of this captain. How many more times has he been skipping around looking like one of the characters from Balamori? Yeah, he looks like Josie Jump when he's skipping around and all this this. Yeah. We also have to sell, we also have to get rid of who else needs to there's been a lot of reports that David Raya could be going to Real Madrid. I'm not sure
I've seen a couple of them reports, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but I just think Real Madrid, they've got Courtois and Lunin in there as their goalkeeper. So why should they get Raya? Because where was all the fans? Where was all the fans saying, "Oh, David Raya's world class" and stuff? Where are all these fans now? So yeah, as I said, this season, I'm so glad. This season has been an anomaly for us. We are trophyless yet again, and from now on, I'm just gonna focus on the cup games that are coming up. Not to mention the playoffs as well, the championship playoffs between Sunderland and Sheffield United. And fingers crossed, I hope Sunderland get promoted, because it's been
bit of the Black Cats back in town, isn't it, man?
Yeah, it's been a long time since we saw Sunderland in the Premier League, and next season we could see the Tynecastle derby between Sunderland and Newcastle next season, if that happens. So let's see if Sunderland can beat Sheffield United and go and get promoted. And also, I'm gonna watch the Europa League final between Tottenham and Manchester United. And even though both of them lost today, Tottenham losing 2-0 to Villa and United losing 1-0 to Chelsea, I still think Tottenham is. I think in my estimation, in my mind, I think Tottenham can win the Europa League because for me, like,
No, don't start saying things like that, matey. Don't start saying things like
the
that,
thing is,
matey.
guys, you know,
It can't happen. It can't happen. If it happens, then Arteta needs to be sacked.
listen, just hear me out, guys. Hear me out. The reason I'm saying this is because you know how much I despise Tottenham because they are our fiercest rivals. But the fact of the matter is that yet again, we still haven't won a trophy and they are in a final. And if they win that final, they will absolutely rub it in our faces. And
Facts.
the absolute disappointment in our
We're
faces
in the
when they
league
win
next
that
season.
Europa League and Deji and expressions like mock us and say, "What are you saying now? We've won a trophy."
Oh,
Like
I don't even want to think about that, Mum. I don't even want to think. Just quickly,
you know
Macy,
how
just
my
before.
boy being Deji like comes at me and says, "Oh, Macy, where's your trophy and stuff?" That would make me furious.
Just
So
just quickly, Mace. There's two things. There's two things I want to ask, and actually, one of them isn't from me. First off, Ruislip. If that was one of your local football teams, you're not far from me. I've done loads of work in Ruislip. I live in Hillingdon Borough, to be honest. So,
yeah,
you're probably not even that far from me, Macy. And as well, my sweetheart, all the way from NYC. Madupe, thank you very, 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 very much,
big
my
up
girl, man.
Madupe.
You know,
So,
you don't have to. She's our girl, mate, all the way from NYC.
yeah.
We're gonna be putting some Arsenal merch in
wants-
this superstar
she
on
wants to know,
Monday
like,
night. She wants to know where
about
you're
my
from.
accent.
Yeah.
I can tell her. So, so basically, I was born in this country, but my family are Afghanis. They were born in Afghanistan, but I was born in this country. So that's the reason why I'm speaking like this because like I am a white Asian kind of guy because of my family because my family are Afghanians and they came to this country and like they raised me and that's the main reason why I'm speaking in this kind of accent because I'm Afghani as well.
So obviously, as you was like raised and things like that, you're brought up in England, as you said, you was born here, but obviously having family accents around as well as going through school, having mates and all of that, you've sort of kind of got like a mixture-ish of sort of both when you say English, isn't it? Yeah, because I've always sort of wondered. Like obviously, it just sounds like you're, you know what I mean? Maybe a parents, obviously, like what you've said, Afghani of you know, you sound like you got another country sort of somewhere and all of that. So that's quite interesting. I was quite intrigued to know that. Yeah, because obviously, yeah, I mean, you speak very good English, of course. You're you're fucking born. But yeah, I've always just quite interested in that little twinge. I want to say hello as well to my man. Right back, Danny's just joined in here. Central man, big up to you, brother. Thank you very much for popping on, man. How are you doing today, my friend? We made it to the end of the week. It's Friday. We've made it. We've survived. We've finished our work. And now we can just chill out Friday, have a beer, have a coffee, have a water, whatever fucking makes you smile. How you doing, man? Central?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah,
you
I am. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. What do you reckon on because I want to move it on to Newcastle, yeah. So and it's perfect. What do you reckon about the weekend's game? Because you know, as Macy said and Jess said sort of earlier in the show, there's an opportunity, an unwanted opportunity, sadly, where Newcastle, I think probably would be maybe the first team to beat Arsenal 4 times in a league campaign. Do you reckon that's going to happen? Do you reckon we're going to turn up on our final home game of the season? Do you reckon we're going to avoid defeat? How do you reckon you can see that Sunday game going, my friend?
I think we're gonna drop points against Newcastle, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're not turning up against Newcastle. I think to be fair, I think they got a better. I think they're having a better season than us. You know, the first trophy in our generation. You know, qualifying for the Champions League. You know, for us, once again, like another. You know, like a season without not winning the trophy. And to be fair, hope they overtake us, man. Like, it probably shut these fanboys up about progress, you know, because because we finished second the last 2 seasons. Hope we finish third, please. Like, it's just like,
No different, is it?
please.
Second or third, who cares, isn't it? But you're right. The
Yeah, who cares, man?
brother, it's
Exactly, man.
fantastic. The top gooners need just
Yeah.
something because they're just going to go, well, second. They need that third place to just help shut them up a little bit more, don't they, man?
Yeah, exactly, man. Shut them up. Like, it's like, it's been like we're tired of, we're sick and tired of progress. So they're so obsessed with league positions, man. Or league finish? Who cares?
Yeah.
For Arsenal,
Left us
like,
first.
fourth ain't good enough. Second ain't good. You gotta win if you're the best team, or you're no good, man. It's like,
Fact.
I'm like,
You know what I mean?
I don't know about the can't for this summer. I don't know. This is gonna be. I don't know. It might be like saying crap or something different.
Yeah, look, man. I mean, I pray it's the latter, Central. Do you know what I mean? I pray we can see something else. I want us to have a good start to the summer transfer window. Some would say that the Zubamendi signing's not a bad sort of start, but I do want to see that followed up with getting our sort of first choice targets, because over the years, Central, man, we've sort of seen our first target's been Mudryk. I mean, thank God we swerved that, by the way. But we still didn't get him. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad we didn't. But yeah, then we try and go in Caicedo. We end up with who? Jorginho. Do you know what I mean? We just don't ever seem to get our top targets. And I think for us to get Zubamendi in the door, but to get a Gyökeres in early doors, and then maybe a couple of other players, essentially if we want 3 first teamers minimum, I believe, and then a couple of others. Get the 3 first teamers in before July. Do you know what I mean? If you can get them in or knocking on the door early July, have them all in, let them all have a pre-season, and do you know what I mean? Then chip away at some of the other positions. I'm all down for that. You'll start to feel a little bit more confident about the coming season, wouldn't you, Central? But you know what I mean? If we go into the season or it's August and all of a sudden we've made one signing or one's on the door, but it's dragging and we've missed out on a target, so we've signed the second or third choice. We're going to go back into the same thing, ain't we, bruv? Where we're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go, another season of this, isn't it?
Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally, man. Totally.
Yeah.
Go
on, Lawrence.
Yeah,
Go on. No, Lawrence, I'll finish, sorry, what you're going to say, Central, and then Lawrence,
sure.
Sorry, Central, bud. Go on, mate.
Oh, yeah. This whole Gyökeres thing, I'm sick and tired of this Gyökeres linked to Arsenal, man. I don't think he's going to Arsenal. I think he's going to Man United because of the history with Ruben Amorim. Like, I don't think we're getting a striker. Who knows? But Isaac, I don't stay at Newcastle, man. I don't want you stay at Newcastle. Man. I think you'll probably do well at Newcastle, then going to Arsenal. And we're playing this U-shaped football, man. But I think we're properly. I think we're getting this. I think we're getting this Pulisic. To be honest, man, I think we're going to get Christian Pulisic, another Chelsea scrub, because that's Arsenal. That's Arsenal rolling.
Wow. Let's get. You said that. Has that been linked? Is it? Holy shit!
No, I don't say we're linked, but I think my theory that we're going to get another Chelsea scrub, like that's this cycle, we're so obsessed with getting Chelsea flops, and and people are gonna go overhype this. They're gonna overhype again this transfer window this summer, and this is also we'll talk about. We always piss about in the transfer window, whether it's in the summertime or January. So
yeah. No, facts, man. No. Absolute facts, man. You always come on and spit facts anyway. Come on, bruv. Yeah. Lawrence, man, what you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I've lost all interest about the game on Sunday. I mean, I hopefully they whack us 8-0. I'm just tired, I mean, this season has been a joke, period. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna. I don't know if you're going to stay for the lap of honour at the end that they normally do.
I will. Let me just cut in just quickly there. I will be staying for that bit because I want to hear again with my own ears and see it with my own little mince pies what this fraud says on the microphone. That's what, because I don't know if they cover it on the TV or whatever. Just like I did last season, I want to see what this prick has got to say for himself. I want to see it firsthand. I don't give a toss about them walking around clapping. That does my head in. I just want to see what that little wanker of a manager has got to say, and that's what I'll be saying. That's what I'll be staying for.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope they rip us a new one and expose this man for the fraud he really is.
Yeah,
you know. And if these plastic deluded AKB ostriches still worship this dickhead, then there's no hope for us. There's no hope for us at all.
Yeah.
I,
Do you know what?
mean, the season's...
Sorry, I'll let you finish. Go on.
No, go on.
I thought you'd finished. Sorry, that's what all. I'll tell you one thing I did want to mention because Central Man brought up about Victor Gyökeres, so I'll keep it in sort of theme with that. I mean, I think we'll get him. I don't think I'm very confident as in 100%, but one player I did want to mention, and seeing Madupe message, I see she had a chat here, like put in a message earlier about Rodrigo. Or it was replying to someone and this and all of that. Like, I mean, it's loose links. I've seen a few little bits on Twitter or X, whatever you bloody call it now. Nothing super concrete or anything like that. But Madiba was saying she don't think we'll get him, and I actually I side with her. I'd love to see us at least try, but I reckon if a bigger club will come in, but that would be a big opportunity missed. We need to be lining up with a front three like Bukayo Saka, Victor Gyökeres, and Rodrigo. And what Central Man was saying as well is about, going in with a bit of confidence and all of that. How confident would you boys be going into a season with Rodrigo on the left, Gyökeres on the up front, and obviously Bukayo Saka on the right? It does change things a little bit for the better, doesn't it?
But we always do this. We always fantasize about these signings that we're going to make, and nothing ever comes of them. It's like, how many times have we been down this road? Oh, if we get him, if we get that geezer, imagine that. And nothing's ever done about it. I mean, I still haven't seen any confirmation that Zubimendi has signed for us. It's all speculation. It's, oh, well, they've agreed terms. There's nothing concrete, and all this nonsense about Gyökeres, about he definitely wants to come. I'm from the old school. Until I see them holding up an Arsenal shirt with their name on the back of it, welcome them to the club where he's shaking hands with Arteta in the boardroom, I take everything with a pinch of salt. I'm tired of going onto Facebook and seeing these dickheads from Africa. I'm not trying to racial profile anyone. These dickheads from Africa who claim to be Arsenal fans superimposing a player's face onto an Arsenal shirt before they've even agreed to join us. This is the problem with this club. We've got fans like these dickheads in Africa and all other parts of the country that have a wank in their sock because we're rumoured to be getting someone. They superimpose the player's face onto an Arsenal shirt as if we've already signed them, when the truth of the matter is we haven't.
Yeah, no, facts. Just before I do a wrap up, 3 signings. Yeah, well, I'm going to go around the panel on this because I need to fucking get to bed. So I'm shattered. 3 signings you've got, Lawrence. Just 3 realistic ones. Fuck, do you know what I mean? Don't go back in time and get Thierry Henry back round. Do you know what I mean? Or don't say fucking Isak or whatever. That just ain't happening. 3 realistic signings for Arsenal, Lawrence, and then we'll go Macy, Luca.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll give you 3 realistic signings, right?
And don't include Zubimendi, obviously, in that shit. Yeah.
No.
Not that, yeah.
I'll tell you who. Right, 3 signings: Elvis Presley, Lord Lucan, and Shergar.
Oh dear, yeah. I thought I was going to get something like that from you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be sarcastic.
No, you're good, man.
All this shit that I read online and in papers, that we're going to sign him. He definitely wants to come. I know what this manager is like. I've seen it before. Rinse and fucking repeat.
Yeah.
He's going to do fuck all again this season. Berta can lay as many players, can be linked with as many players as he wants, and tell Arteta to go out and get them. It's not going to happen. It's going to be the same like last year. He's going to be sitting on his arse doing fuck all. Right, every other club is going to sign every Tom, Dick and Harry. He's going to struggle getting 2 signings over the line like last year, and we're going to be in the same situation come this time next year.
Facts. Yeah. Facts, man. Yeah, well, I can't disagree with that. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind Elvis Presley maybe not signing for Arsenal, but I wouldn't mind him doing a little show at the Emirates. Let's get that right. Do you know what I mean? I love a bit of Elvis. I'll take that. Come on, Macy, 3 signings. You've got 3. Who are they?
The whole.
Don't tell me. Don't say The Rock, John Cena, and fucking Cody Rhodes. Don't say
Oh,
that.
of course not. So, like, there's been a lot of rumors of us getting another Chelsea scrap. Like, it's just too much now. I just don't want to get any more Chelsea rejects. Like, I just don't know who's available because all I keep hearing from Arteta is that he wants Benjamin Sesko at this football club. And listen, I don't even know much about Benjamin Sesko. I know he plays for Leipzig, but I just don't know if he's that good to score that like many goals like for Arsenal, because I just don't know how, like, what kind of striker is he? So I don't know if we should get him. So, like, I just don't know, to be honest. If I had to get, so here's my first option. The one signing that I would take at this football club is Eze, because Saka really needs some cover, because every time I see him on the pitch, like running around with the ball and just not like all over the place, I feel kind of bad for him because he really needs some cover. And the first player we should get is Eze, because Eze for me is a top. Yeah, he should come to Arsenal because what he's doing at Palace is incredible. He's got them to an FA Cup final, and I hope he wins that FA Cup with Crystal Palace. So, like, I have a lot of high hopes for him. So that's who we should get in this football club. Second signing for us, and the thing is, like, I just think that, like, I mean, the one signing that I would take at Arsenal is I would go for the Espanyol goalkeeper, because, like, I mean, there's no other signings like around the world. So
is he even that good, that Espanyol goalkeeper?
I'm not really sure, because these top gooners are hyping him up. Like, I don't know, quite frankly. I don't even know much about that goalkeeper from Espanyol in my mind. But I mean, I just don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yes, I don't know about keeper. But what about the third one, Mason? Then we'll go to Luca.
Third one. This is a tough decision, Aaron, because we really need another striker, because if Sesko is like, because I don't want Sesko, so if I want a clinical striker, I would probably go for it's a very tough decision. You know what? Fine. Number 3, I'll go for Brian Mbeumo. Because for me, like, at Brentford, he's an absolute baller. So, and he's 26 years old. This is our chance. Let's put a bid in for Mbeumo, and maybe we can convince him to come to Arsenal. So that would be a good signing. So Brian Mbeumo.
Yeah, that would be a good signing. Yeah, no, facts, man. What about you, Luca? You got 3, bruv?
For me, probably Gorkarez. He scored 95 goals in 100 appearances. Knowing Mikel Arteta, he'll end up with Benjamin Sesko. So
yeah,
I want Sesko at my football club. I think he's a project youth. I think he's another Kai Havertz. So I take Gorkarez. Eze is another one who I take as well. Probably, I'd probably say maybe in midfield wise, I would have liked maybe the AC Milan midfielder, but I think he's going to. I think
Grinders, is it?
Yeah, I think he's going to go Man City. But if we don't get Eze, go for someone like Adamola Lookman.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad little shout, man. To be fair, yeah, no, that's not a bad little shout. What about you, Central?
Okay, for
You got
me,
3 players.
yeah, 3 players. Okay, I go with Eze. I think he's a good player. Go for goal. Oh, I think we need a goalkeeper. So, to me, personally, it's gonna be I go with that Jack Butland from Rangers. He looks,
What is like a backup sort of thing? That's not a bad little
yeah,
shout.
yeah. So yeah, backup. And
No, I
3,
like that.
boy, I don't think we're getting a striker. I think we need a midfielder. I'll go with that Rodrigo De Paul.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not a bad shout. A letter,
Got
Yeah.
more chance of signing. We got more chance of signing Lindsay De Paul than him.
Oh, that's funny, man. Do you know what I've gone for like a little mixture of sort of everyone's, like, I think everyone's said them all, but I'd have Gyökeres up front, Rodrigo, because I think we need a new front three. That whole front three just needs totally shaken up, and then I'll go for Eze as well. That'd be my 3. If we could get any 3 players that are realistic, do you know what I mean? That get them within our financial means. All 3 of them, I think we can afford in one summer. We know with the release clauses, 50, I think something like that for Eze, there or
Do you
thereabouts.
think we'll win the league if we get those sort of players? Do you think we'll win the league?
No, because we've got Mikel Arteta as manager. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But I think we'd have a better chance. I mean,
Aaron. Aaron. All joking aside, I would change the goalkeeper. I'd get rid of Raya, and I'd sign the reserve from Liverpool, Kelleher, because I think he's a blinding goalkeeper.
Yeah,
I'd definitely have
how
him
much it cost.
because I've had it with Raya.
Yeah, you really
I've had
haven't
it with
all,
Raya.
haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not like him whatsoever, do you?
I mean, we don't need another left back. How many left backs have we got at the club?
Mm-hmm.
We've got a frustrated goalkeeper who thinks he's a left back.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. No, facts. Jack's popped in with another one. I'm sure Jezza will absolutely repeat thing of that. I think that's on Jez's one. So big up Jezza will appreciate it anyway, Jack, 100%. Arteta won the FA Cup with Emery's team. Facts, Jack. Absolute facts, bruv. 750 and 5 years later he's won nothing. Yes, that's what we're all saying, Jack, my friend, man. We cannot carry on going down this same avenue. And do you know what frustrates me? And you sit there and you just think, you say to yourself every single year, yeah? I was like, oh, yeah, last summer, the summer before. Do you remember when we bottled the 2-year for the 8-point league? I'm like, wow, man, look how good we are. I know we bottled it in the end, but a couple more players and we'll be all right. Then the next summer comes. And then you think, oh, yeah, Botter fucks it up again. Oh, a couple more players, though, we'll be all right. Then you get fucking Calafiori and Mikel Marino in, and look where we are again in the summer. Only now it's not a couple more. We're back here saying the same thing. Oh, maybe we'll be all right if we have another summer. And it's just going to be the same fucking thing over and over and over. Round and round and round and round and round and round and round we go. When's it ever going to stop? I'll tell you where it does stop, or at least the catalyst for changes, even Gazidis would say. The catalyst for changes, get this fucking manager out. Get him out. That's what it is. I'll tell you, when you have a couple of Emery's team, Jack, you know it. That's it. He had a winning team, technically, because they won stuff for the football club. And Aubameyang, you look at that. I mean, Aubameyang single-handedly won Arsenal that cup, I reckon. I mean, no, you shouldn't say that, but I mean, come on, man. He literally fucking did win us the FA Cup on his Todd. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was unbelievable. You take Aubameyang out that team, we're not even getting past Sheffield United in the quarters. But let's just get that absolutely right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we would. Or if we would have got to the quarters past Sheffield United, Man City would have definitely beat us because it was 2 magical moments from Aubameyang. I mean, it's just facts, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, what can you do? Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're saying, yeah, he did. He was the difference, man. And what did we do? What did we do it that following year? Oh, yeah, Aubameyang, the only match winner we've got. Ta-la, off you pop. Off you go. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you just absolutely cut him instantaneously out. Quadja, mate, big up, brother. Thank you very much. You're a true gent. Thank you very much for the sub, man. Double appreciate it. Ryan's big up to you, Ryan, as well, man. You're always in the chat. Big up to you, brother. Stockley's got 4. Mr. Ryan Stockley, what you saying? Jokeres, Cunha, Eze, and Grimaldo. Grimaldo at left back. Yeah, that's quite an interesting choice at left back. And we do need a left back. I mean, when you say 4 as well, I mean, I think we actually need 10. But do you know what I mean? I definitely haven't got the time to go through all of them. Maybe for another show. I went through it with hooks, but yeah, man, we have a midfielder up front now. Do you know what? I was on with the Ludaguna the other day. Yeah, I think this was last week's show, and he actually made an interesting point for everyone in the chat, people on the panel. He made this about her. He reminded me that we had Emile Smith-Rowe up front against Villarreal 4 years ago. I'm sitting there thinking, why does he play Havertz and Marino? And that was a nice reminder. He's been playing fucking midfielders up front since day dot. Since he let Aubameyang go, he's played 3 or 4 different midfielders up front. It's embarrassing. Where does it stop, man? This manager is that incompetent. That incompetent, man. Huge. Listen, man, I agree with this point. And I agree with Central when he was saying about like a Butland-esque sign. And I always say like Kasper Schmeichel, why spend 30 million on a new backup goalkeeper? We have Setford. The Setford's coming through. I get your point there, Suge. But I wouldn't mind Setford as a number 3, all well and good. Number 2, I've always wanted like a bit more experience. So I agree with Central here. Like, do you know what I mean? Just getting someone cheap with that bit of experience to come in and just be able to play a role. And I also massively agree with you, Suge. For me personally, I wouldn't go out and spend a big chunk of our transfer budget on another goalkeeper. It's just madness, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If we was to sign him, that geezer, for 25, 30 million, we'd have had Martinez in goal for us, and then we'd have spent over 100 million on fucking goalkeepers, and none of them put together as good as Martinez. It's madness when you deep it, isn't it, boys, man? What? Just quickly before we go, let's Central. Because you said a good point. I like the Jack Butland thing. What do you reckon on that? What I said? Do you reckon it's pointless? Because you mentioned about the keeper. Do you reckon it's pointless going in and spending a big chunk of the budget on another goalkeeper? You know what I mean? I think get Butland in a couple of million.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bit pointless to spend a lot of money on a top goalkeeper. I think Butland's about it'd be a little bit cheaper, I think we're spending a lot. I think the last few years we're spending a shit ton of money on goalkeepers, with Aaron Ramsdale and David Raya. We paid 1 million for Runnison, I've been like, I think we need to get players, get some cheap players, that are so kind of handy, kind of suitable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So hopefully, do you know what I mean? Try and sign them low risk, high reward sort of players, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? 5 million and hope they become good. Trying to uncover them little gems and all of that. Do you know what I mean? Well, yeah. No, let's pick up. Yeah, man. Listen, what you got coming up, Luca? I know you got loads of bits coming up and all that. I'm going to wrap up.
Yeah,
now.
I've got plenty of content. I dropped out 2 videos. I had Shane and Gunner down on my channel this afternoon. I dropped a pre-record video. Tomorrow I've got Newcastle preview at 1 p.m. I've got John Sinclair coming on. I don't know if anyone knows John Sinclair. He's a Newcastle supporter. And then I've got the watch along and match reaction straight after the game. So, but yeah, subscribe to the channel. We're 10 subscribers away from 8.5.
Oh, wow. Good for you, man.
Feel free to subscribe.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, go and show you Luca the love, man. And obviously, thank you very much for jumping on, Macy, for jumping on Central, man. What you got to say? Come on, last things. Macy, round us off. Come on, man.
So once again, Aaron, it's a pleasure to be on your show again. You always make me smile. You always want me to talk about the board. And yes, I would love to cook the board and everyone else at Arsenal. And yeah, I mean, I always like to come and talk about other stuff like WWE and other things that are in my head right now. So yeah, I mean, I've been watching a lot of WWE lately. I saw John Cena give somebody the AA through a table when he was doing an interview. Yeah, he was doing it.
He's still fighting, then. He's still fighting. Jesus.
I really like this.
Going, man.
I really like this new version of John Cena. Like he's not the guy that is gonna do anything for the fans. He's only gonna do things for himself now, because like he's like for 25 years he's been like a hero to everybody. But like sometimes like you need to change your career up, and that's exactly what he's doing. You know.
What standards does John Cena have compared to Mikel Arteta?
Well, John Cena keeps winning championships, and the biggest moment he
that's good.
Yeah, he won his.
I love you, Macy, man. You're funny.
Yeah, and he won his
say that. Funny fucker.
Yeah, he's won a 17th WWE Championship, which means he has broken the Nature Boy Ric Flair's record. Woo!
Joe, you remember a bit of Ric Flair, man? Ain't his daughter wrestle or something?
Yeah, Ric Flair was one of the. Yeah, he's the guy that was always doing the woo and the whole like dancing. And
I think John Cena's a Tottenham fan. I could be wrong.
Oh.
Seen her out, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, even though if John Cena does support Tottenham, I still like him as a character. Like, his character is very interesting.
Yeah, no, facts, man. Or just quickly as well, Wharton Marino sucks. You're always funny, man. Central, last couple of words, man. What's your signing off thing? What we saying? What do you reckon? I'll tell you, scoreline for Sunday.
Probably I'll go with probably 3-1 Newcastle.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's
I'm
kind of with you.
1-1.
Yeah, you're going for 1-1. Macy, scoreline, hit me.
So I will have to maybe go for maybe a 2-1 Newcastle victory, like the same way Bournemouth beat us 2-1. I think Newcastle will beat us 2-1.
Yeah. I must say, I'm going for a 1-0 Newcastle, man. I don't think we're gonna score again. Do you know that? Like, I don't know. Like, just got to remember as well is it's not. We've always at the last home game for the last few seasons, we've just played dead rubbers, where it just makes no difference whatsoever. Like, literally no difference whatsoever. Whereas this season, Newcastle are going to want to be getting that second place. They're going to be bang up for it, and they know they've got our number, and we know they've got our number. I reckon it's going to be a real tricky game. You know, really frustrating. I wish I could be a bit more positive, but this is what Arsenal fans have. Arsenal fans, all of you lot have done the world of good to me. Now this is what Arsenal Football Club has done to me. I'm just like, like. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be going there, final game of the season. I'll see some of the lads and the lasses. Do you know what I mean? Before I see them in August and all of that, I'll have a couple of beers. I'm going to go meet up with my brother. This is literally the best thing about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be going and having a few beers with DJB. Maybe I'll be depending on what time I get down there, I might be going and have a beer with Dan Potts and Kenny and all of them boys. It depends what time I get down there, but yeah, man, that's the only thing I'm looking forward to. It's a couple of beers. Other than that, the football's on show's just dreadful. And listen to what that pillock of a manager has got to say, man. And just quickly as well, I had to bring up this Ryan Stockley. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, I didn't know that Netflix had the bloody wrestling, like until about a month or so ago. And I'll tell you what they've got. I was flicking through because I don't really watch the current stuff now. I don't, but they've got that. They've got the old WrestleManias and all of that on there. So I obviously remember going back to the times when I was watching it and all of that. And I see some of the old like Trish Stratus's coming out and things like that. Some of the old school ladies and that. I know. Or listen, do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. I'm a man who likes to look at good-looking ladies, and I tell you what, there are a lot of bloody good-looking ladies in that WWF, man. I'm a WE, whatever you want to call it now. Yeah.
But Lita was a proper wrestler back in the day.
Yeah. If I had to choose a favorite female wrestler, I would probably go for maybe Kelly.
Oh, see, I don't. Is she a newer one? I don't know.
Yeah, but still, like, she's one of the. She's another like trailblazing female wrestler too.
Yeah, no, I can't remember, but I always remember. Yeah, now Trish Stratus. You remember she used to come in with the boots and like the cowboy, because I'm sure she was like
Yeah,
a Texas Escort or something like that.
and
She'd always come
and
in
her
with like
kick,
the high
that
black boots and
kick,
like the big hat, innit?
yeah, and she's all, and her finisher, that kick as well. Like that was another one that really made me, that's very interesting. Like every
Yeah.
time she like gets herself in a position, she just like gives you a big kick.
Well, like old Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music, boot
Yeah,
to the
but
old
Shawn
chin.
Michaels' one is a bit different. He just
China, do
like,
you remember that? Yeah,
oh
she was a
yeah,
she was a
I
she was a
remember
big,
China.
strong woman, wasn't she, man? I mean, like
Yeah, I
she was.
remember.
She was.
Yeah,
I think
the
there was. I
night.
can't think. Go on.
There was a time where she used to date Eddie Guerrero.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember
the geezer who,
Guerrero?
yeah, he's R.I.P. isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Northside always says that Arteta and Edu are the Eddie and Chavo Guerrero. We lie. Look, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Oh, that's funny. Madufe, I'm so sorry. Yeah, but we better not lose to Newcastle. I'll tell you what. I will hope that my trip to the Emirates on Sunday is a win just for you. And I know it will hurt you, and it will hurt me if you're hurt, Madupe. I cannot be doing that. But I've got to say, I'm not very optimistic. I wish I had your optimism rather. When I start talking English, you'll understand me. Optimism, round 2. Yeah, got it right that time. 1-0 to the Arsenal, a stale 0-0 draw. Yeah, it's definitely. I think one thing's probably going to be for near or near certain is it's not going to be a high scoring game, is it? I mean, come on, that's absolute facts. Oh, really? China's passed away,
Yeah,
really?
I think China passed
Yeah.
away.
Oh, wow.
I think
I
China
did not know
passed
that.
away. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I did not know that. Oh, wow, of course, yeah.
A lot of
Jason, yeah, I
There was
honestly didn't
another
know that.
There was another
Wow.
wrestler who passed away too. His name was Sabu.
Sabu. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy who he was part of the ECW like creation. Do you guys remember ECW where
I do remember it.
Yeah, ECW was the best. Like everyone putting their bodies on the line, like taking risks, and always like they always
Mark Henry. I remember
Yeah, I
him.
do remember the big African-looking guy, African-American guy,
Yeah.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Do you
Big.
guys
When he
remember
called like hot chocolate or something was his
chocolate?
tag, wasn't it? Or something like that. Look,
Yeah.
was it something
Yeah.
like that, wasn't it? He called himself, I think, and he'd come out and he had the big massive beard, built like a brick shit house, wasn't he? Like a massive,
Yeah.
massive gig.
Mark
You guys
Henry.
remember Kane?
Mark Henry had someone Big Daddy V, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, him and Big Daddy V used to be a tag team.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah,
remember
no.
Kane? Kane was the
Who?
scariest. Like
Yeah. I used to love it. He used to do that bang, and then all the flames would come out.
I
the
remember
fucking
he
side and
always
all
used
that.
to team up with the Undertaker as well, like because like they're brothers, and their team is they were known as the Brothers of Destruction.
Burkamp, come on, Quaja. Burkamp.
Burkamp, respect Burkamp, my legend, my icon, my hero.
Yeah, what was that? What American Pie film? Call quickly. I'll take a couple more. There's going back question. Which American Pie film was the best? Well, the original one, man. Don't get no better. Do you know what the kids are today now? They'll try and cancel films like that. It's just horny teenage geezers, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Going through a genuine awkward stage of their life, man. Looking at hot women, isn't it? We've all been there, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, we've all been there. It's brilliant, man. It's unbelievable the stuff that you know what I mean. It just genuinely happens, but you can't put it on screen no more because it upsets too many people. Yeah, Euro Trip was a sick film, man. All of them films. Road Trip was it Road Trip? I think that was another good film, man. There's loads of good films like that, man. Sorry, now you're all Quasha, brother. You're all good, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
I've
good,
seen
brother.
it's okay if you haven't watched Burkamp. Yeah, he's a proper baller, and people have the audacity to compare Odegaard to him. Like, have your ear tested, bros. Not you guys, the fan, the top gooners, because I remember Lee said even a 50 or 60-year-old Dennis Bergkamp can still lace his boots and play and run a proper football match.
Right, 2 seconds. I'm just writing something in the chat for Quadra, telling him 3 things that he should go. While I'm on that, Luca, what's your favourite Dennis Bergkamp moment while I'm writing this?
Bergkamp against Newcastle.
Yeah,
that was
well, they're literally what I'm in the middle of writing now.
Bergkamp against Newcastle, 0102, that little spin, what it is. That's probably my favourite part I've obviously experienced growing up. Dennis Bergkamp against Newcastle.
Yeah, oh mate, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just writing something just because if he hasn't seen Dennis Bergkamp play, maybe it means obviously in the field, but I just want him to research 4 of these things and then it just tell you everything you need to know about.
So my favorite Dennis Bergkamp moment was when he, Ori, Vieira, and Perez became one of the best formation of all time when they created goals, they played together, and because of what they have done, they won titles together. Like they were the best. They were the best three. Like four band group.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, a couple of people are saying, yeah, that trick against Leicester, but there was that one goal where he brings it down from a long cross and just absolutely takes the piss. I'm sure it was Matt Elliott. That was the defender. I'm sure it was, man. But yeah, COYG, go and have a look at them 4 moments, man. Go and have a look at them 4 moments. That will tell you everything you need to know about DB10. But listen, man, I am going to wrap it up there because I am getting absolutely double trouble shattered. Big up to everyone who's watched, man. It's always greatly appreciated. Thank you very much to the panel that are here. Thank you very much to the panel that was, and for everyone that if they give it a rewatch, then absolutely buzzing, man. But other than that, yeah, Arteta, out the fuck you go. Take it easy, everyone.
Yeah.